Testing, testing. Wait, this is the right microphone. Yes, it is the right microphone source. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Wow, it has been way too long since we last got to fly together. It's been a hectic last couple of days. Let's see, I had like 7 turns in 6 days. I don't know, it's crazy, man. I've been picking up trips left and right because all these turns keep dropping. I'm trying to stack up my my July schedule, because I think August I'm gonna just take it easy with the flying. I'm getting kind of burned down in these summer thunderstorms and all that, so I do apologize. It has been a very busy week for me. I needed to be at the HQ today because we need to be here for scheduling Mayhem Day. So we already got one request set. We got a good trip already for next month ready to go, and I need to be sitting here at the office waiting for more trips to pop in if they so do. So of course we're gonna fly something a little bit chill. We got the 320. It won the poll, the 320 Fenix, not the BFU. I wish it was, but we're gonna take it on a medium hop down to Cancun, which is where I am going tomorrow, actually. So it's a real world flight that I'll be flying tomorrow, pretty much same time as well. I wound the sim time back, early morning departure down to Cancun. We are also going to be looking at Beyond ATC. So I'm going to be rocking Beyond ATC on this one. I saw Jeff Faviano using it in his video with the F406, and yeah, you know what? I was like, that actually seems kind of cool. So I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to test it today. Y'all let me know what you think. But that's on the slate for today. Now, thank you all for the congrats on 50K. We hit 50K subs over the last few days while I wasn't even streaming. So it's been I've been very excited about it. I wish I could have streamed during the eclipsing of the number, but I was doing real world flying, but I was definitely keeping track. I saw you guys posting in the Discord, so thank you to all who have subscribed to this channel. It's been a wonderful 6 years I think we've been doing this now, so it has been fantastic. I love every minute of it, and 50K subs, man. I remember when I first had 50 subs. So to be at 50,000, I mean that's more than 50,000 fans at Dallas Cowboy Stadium here coming up here pretty soon, because there's not going to be that many Cowboys fans this year. But again, thank you all for the support. It's been quite the ride, and here's to the next 50K. Yes, we are going to be doing the Euro Tour V2, and you know what? What a better timing for August. If I'm not going to be flying, if I have a light schedule for next month, I guess it's time to go Euro time and start flying in the sim. So it should be fun. It's going to be I'm still going to be kind of sporadic the next couple of weeks. I have a trip next week, and then I have training. I've got recurrent training in the sim on the first week of August.
Bank angle.
50 for 50. Congrats on 50K V1 and welcome back to streaming. Didn't realize you actually work.
I didn't realize it actually worked. Who was that? Hold on. I got to log in to see who that was. My goodness. Was that... Hold on. Give me a second. Thank you so much for whoever that was. Was that Tutko? Was that Tutko on there? I thought I saw it. I don't know why I can't read it in this thing here. Hold on. It's loading right now. Give me a second. Very, very kind. Thank you. It was Tutko, my man, a $50 bomb. Thank you so much. I finally got to log in. Thank you. I forgot to set this up before I went live. Tutko, thank you so much, man, for the $50 bank angle check for 50,000 subs. Really do appreciate that. Hope you've been having a wonderful couple weeks post-Expo. Do remember hanging out with you at the Expo. That was a fun time, so really appreciate it. Well, we know you can't read. I know, Age. I can't read. Well, I don't know. I still haven't figured this part out. I used to be able to have it like pop up separately so I can see those. I just have to log into an additional thing. I got it all set up. But thank you again, Tutko, for the massive $50 super chat, man. Really appreciate you. Congrats on 50 cases, Alpha Mike. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the 38 months of support. And Alexander, thank you for the 50K as well. Can't wait for the Euro Tour. RJ100 when. BFU Beta when. Thank you, Chris Levin, for the 57 months of support as well. You guys have all been along for the ride. I see those emojis and those wings on the side of your name there, so I do appreciate all of it. Mr. Sat in the house. What's up, my man? Thank you Streamer of the year, yeah. Not streaming. All right, well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and get this show on the road because we got a nice long cruise. We can hang out. We can talk all things sim and beyond ATC and all this stuff because I'm actually kind of excited. I don't know if y'all saw that airplane take off behind me there, but let's fire this bird up. Let's get on our way down to Cancun, and I'm going to be doing real world. Look, I'm fresh, chat. I'm fresh. I've been in the airplane all week long, so we're going to be going by the book, getting us ready, and this will be this is a dry run for tomorrow's flight. So BFU beta went well. All I can say about this for the BFU is I can't wait because that's all I can say. JP gifting 10 gifted subs. My man, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. I do appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. You pick a membership from JP, make sure you shout him out, say thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you, JP. All right, we're going through the overhead here. Let's go ahead and put strobe into auto. That's going auto. Arm the emergency exit lights. Airplane was sitting on ground power. That's cool. We'll do a fire test. Hey, we have the current up. What are you looking for? So we're looking for the discharge lights, the CRC. We should have the master warning. We should have the ECAM with the fire and also the fire light here in the engine display down here, a little right here by the engine selector now. So that's what we're looking for. Check ride question. That all looks good. Dome lights are on. Let's go ahead and FMGC initialize the aircraft. I did indeed update my stuff, so that's good. Bill's Mafia, my man, thank you for the $5 super chat as well, my friend. Thank you so much. Congrats on 50K. Hopefully it lessens the pain of being a Jets and Cowboys fan. Oh my goodness, dude. You're telling me. It's you're absolutely right. It's going to be a painful year. And you know what I can't stand already is I see like these Jets media things saying, oh, the Jets and Justin Fields, he's looking great. Give me a break, dude. It's going to be a 5, maybe 6 win team. I got zero hope this year. That's why I'm leaning on the college football Saturday. I think college football Saturday is going to be absolutely epic. So anyway, cost index, we're going 99. Cruise flight level is, what is cruise flight level? Let me pull that up here. We are cruising down there 37,000 feet, 370. Chat, I have been battling thunderstorms all week long. I had South Florida turns. I was like, oh, who wants to go? Because, you know, people call out last minute for Miami. And they're like, hey, you want to do Miami? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. And then I did because I didn't think about it. And then I realized that's why everybody dropped Miami's, because it's summertime. And if you know summertime in South Florida, it is very exciting in terms of weather conditions. Let's see. AJ Funari dropping 10 gifted subs as well. AJ Funari, my man, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Appreciate that, my friend. Been a long time supporter of the channel. I can't wait for you to bring those 10 gifted Angel Food donuts when we get to meet up there in MSP, my man. Appreciate you. Thank you, AJ, for the support. Aviation Dude 95, thank you, my friend. $20 super chat. Congrats on the 50K. Aviation Dude 95, again, pleasure to meet you at the expo, and thank you so much for the $20 super chat, man. Thank you so much for the congrats on 50K. So here's to the next 50K, Aviation Dude. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right, chat, let's get our clearance from beyond ATC. So we're going to call clearance. I wish we could do PDC. That's really the only thing. 2825. Oh, chat, hold on. You heard that beeping. Really? I didn't even see that one pop up. It's already gone, chat. What? Oh, 18 July. That's why I don't see it in there. I'm looking at the wrong month. Yeah, I don't need that. Cool. All right. If you hear that beep go off in the background, make sure you spam the chat. All right, 2825 is what we need for clearance delivery here. And listen, I did one little test sector here with Beyond ATC, not even a full sector. I had to laugh. There was some cool things that happened. There was a Delta that went around. I mean, I don't know. It's got its place, chat. We'll talk more about it, but let's go ahead.
Aircraft be advised, information Foxtrot now current altimeter 3004.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That actually sounds like one of the guys in the in the tower. All right, let's go ahead and give him a call before we load up our stuff here. A Dallas clearance, Cactus 357 information Foxtrot, request IFR clearance to Cancun.
Cactus 357 DFW clearance. clearance. Thanks for information, Foxtrot. Clear to Cancun. Darts 9er departure with the Navasota transition, then as filed. Climb via side. Departure frequency 126.475. Squawk 0434.
All right, clear to Cancun, Darts 9, departure, Navasota, as filed, climb via SID, departures 126.475, squawk 0434, Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, read back correct. Contact ground 131.8 when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll contact ground. Oop, that beep means you're stepping on somebody. Contact ground on 131.8 when ready for push for Cactus 357. All right, 0434 in the squawk code. Yeah, side.
Negative ground on 131.8.
What did I say? We'll contact ground on 131.8, Cactus 357. So, what the only tricky part?
Negative.
What?
Ground on 131.8.
Okay, I'll just
Ground
acknowledge it.
131.8 when ready for pushback or
Oh, he
engine
wants
start.
me to say push or engine
Cactus
start.
357.
So there's still a couple of things that they're still working on like that. I can see that.
868, request IFR clearance to Miami.
Who's going to Miami? All right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the radio so I don't have to listen to it. What's crazy though is like there's little things that happen. Like I said, thanks for Foxtrot, this and that, this and that. There's little things like that that are actually pretty cool. The one thing I wish they could do is they want you to say 131.8 or what, like I can't just say 31.8 or 31.8, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I use the auto respond on that one, but I don't want to use auto respond because I like actually talking and having it pick up the voice. So anyway, we'll see. We'll call back. We'll again, this is my first flight with it. A first full flight with it, but still, I mean, that was it's pretty cool. All right, departure. We're going to be blasted off of 17 right. Let's get this loaded up here. Who gifted? Plain Crazy Mike gifted 5 gifted subs over on the vertical stream. My man, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you, Plain Crazy Mike. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon, my man.
Bank angle.
50k. Huge congrats, sir. Need to raise a whiskey to it at MSP.
Thank you, the fake green dot zippy, my man, for the $5 bank angle check. We're gonna, yeah, I'll raise a whiskey to MSP for sure. I quit drinking though, but yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Zippy. Hope you've been well, man. It's been I've been gone, so I appreciate you sticking around and keeping everybody in line on the old Discord there. Thanks, man. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, my man. All right, going into Cancun, it's going to be the ILS X-Ray 1-2 left, I believe. Yeah, 1-2 left, and we're going to come off the Vomar 1 Alpha. Approach via is going to be Vixie, Vomar 1 Alpha into Cancun. That is set. Let's go down there so I can drink the tap water. We're going. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, man. All right, secondary flight plan. Let's go ahead and get off the gate here. This is like this every time. Every time I do a stream after being away for a few days, it's like we can never get off the gate. Secondary, arrival, 17 center, secondary perf data. Let's go ahead and load in 762 in the Barrow Mins. 762 right there, please. Thank you. We'll calm the winds. Foxtrot's current. Temperature off the ECAM is 33. Nice and warm here in DFW already. 3003 on the METAR for the return. Beyond ATC can't ban you, so you can't ATC ban you, so you can't use it. Asking for a friend. Flight Sim guy, this is Beyond ATC. This is Beyond ATC, and the only reason I actually sent them an email to see if I could, they'd be interested in like doing a little partnership review copy. I didn't get a response. I also didn't wait very long, but I heard it on Faviano's video, and I was like, okay, I gotta try it. So I picked it up, and we'll give it a fair review here. But I gotta get off the gate here. You guys keep distracting me. So let's go resend load sheet, load aircraft. That's what I want. We should have done that. Let's just do fast. 8 minutes. That's coming up. Darts 9 Navasota. People are going to start boarding as our fueling has just started. So let's go ahead and just get the APU up and running right now. Eastern T3, my man. Thank you for the 20-pound dono as well. Congrats on 50K. Let's go visit Euroland. Euroland, here we come. Eastern T3. We'll be putting a vote out for which aircraft we want to take out there as well. I'm going to tell you what. If you're voting anything other than the Fila 747, you're probably voting the wrong aircraft. So All right, 3003 flight director is up. We got climb via SID. I believe it's 10,000. Let's pull that up here on the charts. Let's go Dart 9 departure at a DFW. It is 10,000 on the SID. Beautiful. 17 left for departure. We got our squawk code 0434. That is set. We're going to contact ground on, what do you say? 131.8. So we'll have 131.8 in the standby, ready to go. Carlito. How you doing, Carlito? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, my man. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday afternoon. Thank you for the support. Very, very kind, my man. Appreciate you. What's the FCOM? What? Rotate? What? Flap 1 speed. It's on the PFD. It's 230, but it's actually 225. Believe it or not, that's not a limitation we have to have memorized, though. Thank you again, Carlito. I appreciate you, my man. All right, APU is up and running. Let's go ahead and get the timer for 3 minutes on the chrono. And the sun is rising. It's a beautiful morning here in DFW. There's a little Delta widget over there. This used to be the old U.S. Airways gates over here on the southwest side. Oh, look at that UPS Heavy taxiing out. Look at that MD-11 taxiing out. I love it, man. All right, 31.8. We'll put that on so we can listen. We've got a few minutes left. Everything else is set up in the bird, though, right? Yep, everything else is set up. So now we can chill. Vote for X-Plane, not on my channel. Are you using Imagine Sim? No, Nick and Nate, this is default DFW. This is default DFW in 2024, which did receive an update, and it's actually pretty good. It's not, you know, it's not the best scenery ever, but it's flyable now. It's absolutely flyable. All right, we'll accept that. Load sheet. What do we got here? The primary one, prelim, boom. No jump seaters, huh? We'll wait for the final. And fueling is complete. So, fueling complete. Get these tank pumps on. Boom, boom, boom.
UPS 754 Heavy, cross runway 18 left at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Bravo. Hold short runway 18 right.
I'm going to turn down a little bit.
18 left at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Bravo. Hold short runway 18 right. UPS 754 Heavy.
UPS 754 Heavy. Are you getting Wind Wing MCPs? You know what? I'm not going to get the MCP, but I've been looking at the McDo. I really think I'm going to place an order for the Wind Wing McDo.
American 868 at gate Charlie 17. Request pushback and engine start.
So here's the other thing. With the AI traffic, I had it turned all the way up, and man, I was going to be like 10 in line for departure.
DFW ground pushback and engine start approved.
I'm going to turn it all the way down because we're sitting at the gate here. I may be poor, but 50K has to be celebrated. Johnny No Cash. Hey, my man, thank you so much for the €5 donation, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Celebrating the 50K subs, dude. Thank you so much. I wonder if another good comparison stream would be Beyond ATC versus Say Intentions. I don't know much about Say Intentions, Flight Sim guy. And like I said, the only reason I jumped on Beyond ATC is because when Fabiano was using it, it sounded pretty sweet. So that's the only reason I was like, oh, Fabiano had it. Let me check it out. So I haven't even really looked at I don't even know the differences. From which company is the control pedestal? Hamburger Jung. This is the Throttletek A320 Flightbox V3. That's what you're looking at right there. The Throttletek Flightbox V3. All right, that's close enough to 3 minutes. Let's get the APU bleed on. And how we doing on boarding? We should be just about ready to go. I guess we can go to our here and almost done. We can run some prelim. We'll sync the prelim, sync the live. And actually, before we do that, let's go to ground ceviches. Let's go ahead and remove the chocks and cones. You're good to pull GPU. We still have one door left. You should do single engine GA flight. Yeah, nobody watches them. I might just start a GA channel, man. I love GA stuff. Nobody watches it. Eagle Flight Blanky, what's up, man? See you checking in on the vertical stream. How you doing, bud? Say Intentions has VFR support. I'll probably pick up BAT-CC when they get it too, but I've already sold my soul to Say Intentions. Ah, I got you, Joe Plains. I got you. Mr. Chicago in the house. How you doing, bud? IRL, is your APU always on? What do you do if it's really hot in the cabin? So Adam, if it's really hot in the cabin, I crank the APU, get the air on. But generally speaking, we don't want to start it if we can't. If we can help it, if we get good ground air, we'll then wait about 10, 15 prior to push. Then we'll fire up the APU, right? Just save some fuel, save on noise. But if it's hot, like summertime DFW, man, we crank the APU, dude. We can't board with the cabin over 85 degrees, and when it's 105 outside, it's very easy to get the cabin over 85 degrees, even with the APU running. If you like Beyond ATC, you definitely need to trace intentions. It's less scripted. Interesting. Okay. I just wanted to say that I don't know, maybe I'll watch the video on it in cruise, but Beyond ATC, it seemed, with what I saw and what I've seen so far with Beyond ATC, is it seemed pretty realistic as far as the phraseology. It seemed a little bit more hardcore, or I don't say more. I don't know. I'll have to see the difference between say intentions. But what I have heard so far with Beyond ATC, I really kind of like it. Big congrats on the 50K. I also believe in cactus supremacy. Diabetic lad, my man. Thank you for the 3 months of support. Yes, I mean, look at this. How great is this livery? What could have been a 320 with sharklets in the U.S. Airways livery, man. What could have been? What could have been? All right, we're boarded up. Let's go ahead and close the doors. Let's remove the jetway. And let's connect the tug. Beacon's coming on. And we got a call for push, so let's go ahead and bring up the 320 cam. Ooh, they brought the jetway. I had a stuck jetway last night in New Orleans too, believe it or not. Max Cowgill, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Congrats on the 50K. Here's some incentive to fly more tri-holers. Hey, as soon as that MD-11 hits Microsoft 2024, I'm gonna fly it. I've been seeing Whiskey Throttle post images of it in the Discord. I need it. I need to fly it, but I just need to. I need it in 2024. But thank you, Max. Really appreciate that $20 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel and the congrats on the 50K. Really appreciate it. All right, we'll send those numbers to the McDo. We'll sync the final load sheet, and let's go ahead and calculate. And we'll set flaps 3. There we go. Send those to McDo. 40. Let's see. Here we go. 148, 51, and 52. Flaps 1 down 0.3. Toga is set. All right, let's give him a call. We are ready for push and start. DFW ground cactus 357. Ready for push.
Cactus 357, DFW ground, pushback and engine start approved, face northeast.
Pushback engine start approved, face northeast, Cactus 357. Cockpit to ground, ready for brake release. Affirmative, Captain. Ready for brake release. Brakes release, you're clear to push. We'll try to go northeast, but I don't know how that's going to work out for you. So let's go ahead and just start to push back.
American 868, contact DFW Tower 134.
I just flew this route yesterday. Had to come back and park at the hard stands.
Contact Tower 134.9.
Gross. Did I hate those hard stands? Tango 88 and stuff. Freaking hate the hard stand. TFJ is doing a good job on updating the MD-11. They also announced that they are dropping P3D support as well as moving to 24. Might piss people off. Might piss the 3 people off. Listen, hey, I'm all for it, dropping P3D support, man. Let's go with the future. You know who else I'm very impressed with, and I wanted to do this flight, but I didn't have time. Is the Aerostar. So we had a few. I noticed a few things. I'm like, hey, I wish they could change this, this, and this. And I'm not saying they listened to me, but what I am saying is there was a recent update. That's not far enough. And they've literally tweaked the sounds. They've fixed the glass on the panel, and they've adjusted the spinner. And I took a look at it yesterday, and it looked really good. So I want to get back in the Aerostar as well.
DFW ground, pushback approved, face east. Pushback approved, face east, American 2812.
All right, that's good enough. Cockpit to ground, push complete, set brakes. Brakes are set, clear disconnection. I'm going to pin out front. We're going to start them up. All right, here we go. Ignition mode to ignition start. Starting engine 1. Shh. Flight streamer, this is beyond ATC. Beyond ATC.
American 2402, gate Charlie 24 taxi via Echo 4 Echo Bravo. Hold short runway 18 left.
Gate Charlie 24 via Echo 4 Echo Bravo. Hold short runway 18 left, American 2402.
P3D main target is military. P3 came out and said they owed it to the flight security to allow the public to use it. Yeah, I mean, I dropped P3D. I dropped P3D years ago when the X-Plane 10, 11 was cooking. Starting 2, we'll do a 2-engine taxi out. We need 5 minutes on the warm-up time. Jeez. Flight streamer, I'm not sure. We're going to find out. This is my first full flight with it. My first full flight with it. Ever flew to Fort Myers before? Yeah, I love Fort Myers, man. Actually, my father-in-law is coming in today from Fort Myers. I love Fort Myers, man. I used to do, when I was Atlanta-based, I used to do Fort Myers turns. And I love that trip, man. I love going down there. I love that airport. It's small enough, but big enough. It's got all the nice stuff, but it's small enough where you can get in and out. You're not congested like Miami or Lauderdale. Sounds like we got 2 good starts. Why do we still have the... Oh, disconnect the tug. I was like, why do we still have the pin connected? We got 2 good starts. That's going there. There. We're flaps 1.
American 2402, cross runway 18 left at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Bravo Kilo.
Alright, APU's coming
Cross
down.
runway 18 left at Alpha 4. Continue taxi
Down
via Bravo
0.3 on the
Kilo,
trim.
American 2402.
Alright, we're ready to taxi. Why do we still have nose wheel steering disconnects? There we go. Alright, he's gone now. Got a little bugged out. DFW ground, Cactus 357, ready taxi.
Cactus 357, runway 17 right taxi via Echo Mike Lima, Echo Foxtrot.
17 right, taxi via Echo Mike Lima, Echo Foxtrot, Cactus 357. Alright. Normally it's Kilo 7 Lima, Echo Foxtrot, but that's alright. Let's go. Brake check. Pressure 0. Alright, we'll take it out. Spot 49. Let's get some juice lights up on in here too. So real world, this would be ramp controlled. And then we would monitor ground at 49 or 48, whatever it is. What's the best GA cargo plane for some special cargo ops around Mexico? Oof. Piston Duke, probably. Probably Piston Duke. Some are going to say the Aerostar. Maybe the Aerostar when it's complete. I think it's the way. I mean, that last update that they pushed was awesome. It was really good. So, but it's still early access. So we'll see. Is that my boy on the left there? It looks like it. Look at that. That's a 220. Wow, they even have the 220s here because Delta is afraid of bringing 737s into Dallas. So they just bring 220 and Airbuses. And it's mostly 220s. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Contact Tower 134.9er, American 2812.
Alright, we are Echo Mike, Lima, Echo Fox. So we'll just cut over right here on
Cactus 357, hold position for traffic.
okay. Hold position, Cactus 357. Alright, well that gives us time to do a mini brief. Let's do a mini brief. We're going to be departing runway 17 right. It's on the Darts 9 departure. Gross weight is 148.8. Flaps config 1 plus F. Fuel's got speeds 148, 152. Fuel on board 18.8. Standard transition. First fix RNF to T-Rex. No questions. Flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Where's this traffic we're holding short for? Oh, I cut him off. Uh-oh. I think I already cut him off. Yeah, I see that, Tutko. Yeah, I cut him off. I didn't realize you have to... I didn't realize you have to wait for traffic. Let me get out of the way. Hey, we cut off American. That's all right. That's a 321. All right, now we'll let him pass behind us here. My bad. I guess I should actually be looking around when we're taxiing. My bad, my bad, my bad. Alright, schedule, real world scheduling update check. Ooh. '31st of August? Isn't there a really good football game on the 31st? No, I wanna add.
Delta 1278, gate Echo 12, request pushback.
Delta 1278, DFW ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
Pushback approved. Face northwest. Delta 1278.
Alright, I guess he forgot about us. Let's just go.
Cactus 357, continue taxi.
Continue tactics, Cactus 357. So, I had a controller, speaking of controllers forgetting about us, in Miami, I had a controller literally forget about us, then got snippy with the FO, and I was like, okay. I had to put on my captain voice and take the mic.
Cactus
Podcast that one.
Continue taxi.
Block somebody. Continue taxi, Cactus 357. Alright. All the way down, we've done that. Everything looks good. I am using Beyond ATC, Greg. August 31st is Labor Day weekend. AJ, is there I feel like is a college football Saturday kickoff on August 31st?
American 417, gate Delta 21, request pushback.
American 417, DFW ground, pushback and engine start approved.
DFW.
Face north.
Pushback approved.
Week 0 maybe. I thought I saw something about like Texas versus Bama, or I thought there was supposed to be like some really good games the first week of college football. But that trip, I don't know, we'll see. I think I was 10 minutes late to the request, so I'm sure I won't get that one.
Delta 1278.
It's one of my favorite trips though. It's one leg to Miami, then a Bogota turn on day 2, and then get back at 9 a.m. on day 3. But I'm sure everybody else likes that trip too, so I probably won't get that one.
Runway 17 right taxi via Echo.
We'll look for it on Fast Aviation.
Echo Foxtrot.
I didn't give you a date though, so good luck. Schedule alert emoji when? I know, Joe Plains. I need to get one. And then I need to like sync it so I can have the alert go through the stream so you guys can let me know. OSU Texas, August 30th. Okay, so good. So that starts on the 31st. We're good. I don't want to miss OSU Texas. I can't wait, Chad. I cannot wait for football season. We're almost there. We are almost there. August 31st, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Notre Dame versus Miami. Nah, I can miss those. Actually, I'd probably be able to see them because it's one leg out and you're off all on that first day, so. Oh, got an American out there. I do like that it populates. So I turned the ATC down. I turned the AI traffic down to 2. I cranked it all the way up to see what it did, and it basically loaded the airplane with loaded the airport with traffic. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be 15 in line in the sim because I have to do that real world. So I turned it all the way down to 2. And I feel like 2 seems to be about the sweet spot. But I do like the traffic injection. It's pretty neat. Is the A321 super floaty IRL? Not really. It is easier to land. I would say the 321 is probably the easiest of the 3 to land smoothly, Flight Force. But super floaty? No, none of them are super floaty. 5 is the recommended setting. 10 is real life-ish. Yeah, Alexander, I cranked it up, I think, to 8 or 9 just to see. And I was like, nope, not doing this. The only reason I put it to 2 is because I also didn't know if it was going to affect performance. So, Young Lean, the performance was fine when I had heavy traffic, but I also wasn't streaming. So if I wasn't streaming, I think I'd be okay with it. But because I'm streaming and running all the I'm just running so much off one PC. I decided to lighten it up. But yeah, one of these days this week we came down here. We were like 20 in line. American was trying to go back to the gate because his cabin was 95 degrees on a 787. Then they ended up not going back to the gate. Then they were going to go back to the gate again. Then they didn't go back to the gate again. Then they took off from intersection Yankee. I'm like, well, that's going to be an ASAP. It's always the same amount going out based on the schedule that BAT scapped for the day. Really, Tuco. So it's real schedules? Okay, that is pretty cool, man. Oh, look, I'm all over the place here. They use 7 days of data from February 24. Oh, okay. That's very cool. All right, Echo Fox is all the way at the end.
Cactus 357, contact DFW Tower 134.9er. Have a good one.
134.9er Cactus 357. Good day. 34.9. I need my little radio panel if I'm gonna be doing this. Let's get departure loaded up as well before we call them. You're gonna have to try this when I'm done setting up my sim after the move. Andre, I'm telling you, man, I kind of like it, dude. I kind of like it.
American 114 Heavy, exit left at Echo Tree.
Exit left at Echo Tree. American 114.
Oh, American 114 Heavy. I just came in from Seoul. All right. Let's see. Departure freak is going to be 2647. Let's have that loaded up here. All right, 2647. We're ready to go. DFW Tower, Cactus 357, holding short, 17 right, ready for departure.
American 114 Heavy, monitor ground 1 tree 1.8.
It's not what I said.
Ground 1 tree 1.8. American 114 Heavy.
Cactus Tree 57, DFW Tower, wind 205 at 7, fly runway heading, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading. Fly runway heading, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff, Cactus 357. All right, runway heading. That's going to be 176. We'll get that dialed in. 176.
American 417, ready to go. Runway 18 left.
Oh, hold on. We gotta recycle the flight directors here. Climb that blue.
17, runway 18 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait. Runway 18 left. American
176 is set. Are y'all ready? Let's take it on the roll. Spool them up 50. Yoga's in chat.
American 417, DFW Tower, wind 205 at 7, fly heading 100, runway 18 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Toga. Van Toga SOS runway auto thrust bleh.
Takeoff, American 417.
80 knots thrust set.
Holding short, runway 17 right.
100 knots. Check.
Delta 1278, runway 17 right, line up and wait.
Runway 17 right. Line up and wait.
V1.
Delta
Rotate.
1278.
Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Whew. Golly, I love it. Select heading. Heading.
Delta 1278, DFW Tower, wind 205 at 7, fly heading 210, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff.
There's a Maverick VOR.
Fly heading 240.
Thrust climb, open climb heading. Auto thrust.
Delta 1278.
Cactus Tree 57, contact Lone Star departure.
Contact Lone Star departure. Contact Lone Star departure. Cactus 357. He even calls it Lone Star. That's pretty cool.
Envoy 3660.
I love how you can block people. That's so. Oh my gosh. I'm having too much fun with freaking AI ATC. Never in my life
4 miles.
that I think I would be saying that.
Turn left, heading 015, descend, maintain 6000, altimeter 3004, Envoy 3660.
Lone Star Cactus 357, 3,600, climbing 10,000. Speed checks, flap 0.
Lone Star, American 417, 2,000.
Look at that. Americans freaking blocking me. This is real life, chat.
Envoy 3919, turn right, heading 120, intercept
This is
18
real-
right localizer.
This is real life.
Descend and maintain 4,200 feet.
Turn right, heading 120. Intercept the 18 right localizer. Descend and maintain 4,200 feet. Envoy 3919.
American 417, Lone Star departure, good morning, radar contact. Cleared direct south, resume the Cruise 01. Climb, maintain flight level 180.
After takeoff check is
Clear
complete.
direct south, resume the Kusa 1. Climb, maintain flight level 180, American 417.
Cactus 357, Lone Star departure, radar contact, cleared direct treks, resume the Darts 9er, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Proceed direct tracks, resume darts 9, climb, maintain flight level 190, Cactus 357. Alright. Thrust climb.
Negative, climb and maintain
Oh.
flight level 180.
Well, F you too. Climb and maintain flight level 190. Or, 180, 180 chat. Oh no.
Negative, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, Cactus 357. My goodness. Just climb open, climb 18 blue.
Envoy 3919, airport.
I love it. I got to be careful. If I develop bad habits with AI ATC, then I'm going to be doing it in real
We
life.
have the field. Envoy 3919.
Well, he came back with such an aggressive negative.
Cleared visual approach,
Negative.
runway 18 right.
Well, first off, they wouldn't give me
Clear visual
direct
approach,
treks,
18
but
right. Envoy 3919.
anyway. That was funny, man.
Lone Star Delta 1278. Good morning, 4,000 feet.
Delta 1278, Lone Star departure, radar contact, cleared direct MII, resume
Cactus,
the Box
yeah,
1.
can you give us a
Climb
phone
and
number?
maintain 15,000
All right.
feet.
We're cruising out. We're climbing maintain, so it's open climb 18. 18 is blue. F takeoff checklist is complete.
5,000 feet, Delta 1278.
Golly. This is now beyond Iveo Premium. I know it, man. Next BATC update will introduce a band feature. All right, here's 10,000. Forward call. Let them know we're at a 10. I'll turn. This is when I turn my noise canceling headsets on. turn ATC down a little bit more.
Tower 134.9er.
It's pretty much straight out. We'll go autopilot 1. All right, climbing 324, 18,000. Now, my question is, can I request directs and stuff on this or no? Out to Navasota. There's no radar out there. Let's put terrain on ND. All right, we're cooking with gas now. We are cooking with gas now. At least it's in New York. I know, I'm kind of nervous. Like, what is New York like with Beyond ATC, huh? Open up the tablet, see the traffic around you. What tablet? You can request direct to a fix? Really? I wouldn't get a direct right now. Let's just go ahead and let's stay on it. Once we get out here, I'll do a real world request. Well, realistically, they might give you Navasota right now, but that's not going to help us much. Let's see if we can cut the corner and go direct muscle. Lone Star departure, Cactus 357, request direct muscle.
Cactus 357, Moza is too far from your current position to allow safe sequencing. Enable direct Moza at this time.
Cactus 357, roger. Wow. That translates as in, I'm too lazy to call the 5 sectors in front of you to get the direct. Did you guys see? So there's a video. There's a video of a controller showing what happens.
Cactus 357, go ahead.
Cactus 357, request direct Navasota.
Cactus 357, you have not yet been cleared for your descent, and Vixie is part of your star. Unable direct Vixie at this time.
Okay, well, fine. All right. It's not what I said, but anyway, there's a video of a controller showing what has to happen just when somebody requests a simple level change, and he has to call like the 3 sectors in front of his sector to get the approval. Then he gets back to the guy requesting it. So I don't know. Why do people choose this over VATSIM aside from being banned? I don't know, dude. This is actually pretty fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fun, and you always have ATC. But I also think this is going to be a great way for those that are too nervous to get on VATSIM, that maybe they want to train or they want to get comfortable with the radios, because you also get to hear the language being spoken, right? So you're we're constantly hearing proper phraseology being called up on the radio. The more you listen to this, the more you'll be able to decipher it, and it's only going to help you move forward if you want to get onto that. So that's us. Contact 135.25, Cactus 357. Good day. 3525.
American 417, contact the Worth Center 132.85.
I know some real-world pilots who get annoyed with VATSIM would probably go for this. Hey, throw me in that, Bosco. Fort Worth Center, Cactus 357, 16,000, climbing flight level 180.
Cactus 357, FT Worth Center, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370, Cactus 357. All right, 37 is blue. Up we go. It's a great learning tool to get used to ATC. You could turn on auto reply and let your FO reply. Then as you get more comfortable, you can do it all for yourself without real world VATSIM pressure. True, Al Loper. That's where I think this is going to really have its role, is for those that maybe want to get on VATSIM or Pilot Edge or Iveo or whatever, that's all 3 of them, right? And they just don't have the confidence level yet. This definitely could be a great tool, I think. It's cool that each sector has a different voice. Absolutely, Wingnut. Wingnut, what's up, man? Does Eurotour depart from DFW? I'm not sure yet, Friction Mafia. I'm not sure yet. You can actually ask BATTC to get your voice added? Really, Tutko? Petition to ban Wingnut. Hey, we should, yeah. Petition to ban Wingnut. Thanks, Turk, for the $5 super chat. Man, Turk's here. He's been rather pleasant so far. I haven't seen any any hate this morning or any glaze from. I didn't know you're here, Turk. Good to see you, man. A vote kick. If you don't think this is eventually what will happen in reality, you haven't been paying attention. Oh, you mean like AI ATC? Yeah. I actually don't understand. Well, I feel like it may be changing slightly now, at least putting a pause on it. So this push for single pilot, right? Although it's been slowed down now because the European Union's finally got onto it and kind of slowed down Airbus with this push for single pilot ops, and I'm sure Air India is probably not going to help the cause for that either. But why isn't there more focus on AI air traffic control, you know, to reduce workload, like clearance delivery, for example? You know, a lot of us have CPDLC, so you're already getting text messages. You're already getting text your clearance. But you could have AI spitting out clearances, writing clearances. I don't know. I feel like there should be more of that, especially since there's such a loss in air traffic control real world. We have less controllers than ever. We don't have people in the training program. You know, I feel like there should be more focus on that. But at the same time, then do I really want to be dealing with an AI air traffic controller? I don't know, man. The whole thing is just weird. As someone who flies VATSIM all the time, I kind of like having the FO do my calls. How do I set that up? Do I just turn on auto respond? I'm going to turn auto respond on. Okay, so I turn auto respond on, and that'll be the FO, right? So I have a little beyond ATC window that I'm looking at over here on my side screen. Oh, let me go back to full screen here. Get that off. Yeah, so I turned on auto tune, and auto respond is on. So this could be really cool for when you're flying into a high density airport and you're maybe doing a high workload. Let's see what happens. Let's see if my FO takes it. I'm not going to do anything. Eftworth.
Cactus 357.
Let's go ahead and set standards. Standard set once, twice, and thrice.
Center, Cactus 357 through flight level 215 for flight level 370, direct Torn.
Cactus 357 Eftworth Center.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool. So now we've got the FO doing the radio calls. All right. Eftworth Center. Yeah, Beyond ATC needs to hit me up. We can clear out a couple of these things here. I'll be your DFW specialist. I'm just surprised they have Lone Star in there. I mean, and this is still early access, obviously. Or not early access, excuse me. What's not official release yet, right? What do they call that? Yeah, early alpha? I don't know. There was like 5 messages before I launched the program saying that it's still under development. Uh-oh, Wignut, what's up, man? The only thing in real life more annoying than Turk is ATC. It's bad enough real world. Now I got to deal with him in the sim. Nah, Wignut, dude, my man. Thank you for the 51 months of support. True. And listen, I know I get probably get grief for this, and I think Wingnut would agree with me, and I think any real world airline pilots in the chat probably agree with me on this. We don't need practice talking to air traffic control. We don't need... I would argue to say that a lot of us don't want to talk to air traffic control when we fly our sims, because real world ATC, it can be stressful. There's a lot going on. It's obviously more at stake. It's part of the job. So when we get on the sim, and I could be, I'm maybe not everybody, but at least in my personal experience, when I was not a content creator, I had no real desire to use an ATC network because I just want to do my own thing. I don't want to wait in line for departure. I don't want to be told where to go. I just want to get on and fly and do what I want to do. So for me, the biggest plus to VATSIM for me is when you guys fly along with me, right? We do like group flights or conga lines. That is my biggest, that's what I enjoy the most of it. So I could be fine with an AI ATC if you guys want to hear me talk on the radio, or you want to see programs that get a little review like this, like maybe you're on the fence about an AI program, AI ATC. So, I have no problem checking it out and giving it a rundown for the viewers. But I will say, it's been kind of cool. Been kind of cool. Gray Aviation, my man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I was watching a cockpit cam of Delta 738 MAX landing and the pilot armed approach mode before they were established on the loc. Is that common? Gray Aviation, that's a great question for Wingnut 172N. Can you answer that? Thank you for the 5 Canadian, Gray Aviation. I appreciate you. He armed the approach mode before they were established on the loc. I am not actually sure because I don't know if you have to do that, right? You have to like arm the loc first and then approach mode. The 737 does weird stuff. So that's not a question for me. It could be an SOP thing. Maybe they were on a different type of approach. I'm not sure. I know on the Airbus, there's no need to arm the loc. The only arm the loc is if you get told to intercept the approach course. How are your hydraulics loud in the Phoenix? Because I barely hear the fuel pumps and hydraulics. Really? I haven't done anything different, Landon. I just turned up the sim. What's in the new FS Labs Neo update? I don't know. Is there an FS Labs Neo update? I don't know. I actually uninstalled the FS Labs Neo. I'm going to just hang tight until the Fenix Neo comes out or the Pratt & Whitney Neo comes out for FS Labs. Then we will take another look at it. But I just uninstalled it. I had a crash. I was setting up a thumbnail. So I was doing some weird stuff, like I started the flight on the runway and everything, but then my sim crashed and it pointed to FS Labs, and I'm like, all right, I'll just uninstall you until I'm ready to use you again. So it was just an FS Labs EXE, or no, whatever the ops center, whatever the center thing is that runs in the background when you run FS Labs, that was a faulting path. And I'm like, I wasn't even running that. So I just uninstalled it for now. When they drop the Pratt & Whitney, I'll check it out. Until then, I'm kind of just hanging tight. Great Aviation, here's your answer. If you don't have any VNAV fixes to honor prior to the final approach fix, you can intercept in approach mode.
357. Contact Houston Center 120.4. Contact Houston Center 120.4. Cactus 357.
FO is doing work. The only time you have to intercept in low VNAV is with the immediate step-down fixes. Okay, so if you're way out on a long approach going inbound. I hope that answers your question, Gray Aviation.
57 Houston Center, Roger.
Tootco with the $10 bank angle check. What's up, man? Jeff Faviano, Squirrel, British Avgeek, EasyJet, Civ 9, Overkill, and Flyby Sim, all premium voices and Batsy win. Dude, so how I would do it. That would be cool. I want Wingnut to be my FO. Wingnut, how about Wingnut? You do Beyond ATC voice, and you can be the FO for me. That would be hilarious, actually. That would be pretty funny. An update hit the experimental server just now. I posted the change notes in Discord. Great shirt. All right, cool. I can't open Discord on the sim. Let me open it on my phone. Is there anything like there's no Pratt & Whitney, right? There's no Pratt & Whitney release today, I'm assuming. Man, these clouds are looking fantastic. All right, I'm loading up the latest change log for the FS Labs Neo. Primary goals, I just saw this in bold letters. Primary goals of the update to improve in performance and VRAM usage. That's good. Optimization helps smoother performance. We've also addressed several critical crash to desktop issues, including those triggered by aircraft reloads. You know what? That might have been what caused my crash. Aircraft reloads in specific TCAS traffic situations.
351, contact George Bush Intercontinental Approach 122.9 or 5.
George Bush Intercontinental Approach, huh?
Contact George Bush Intercontinental Approach Air Shuttle 6351.
Wow, that's... Some of these voices are hilarious, man. They sound so realistic. I'm trying to see. From a handling perspective, correct an issue on yaw during the landing roll. Hey, that's something that we discovered. Retune brake effectiveness. Cool. Wide range of FMGC, Neo engine logic, ROPS behavior, various smaller fixes. Fixed metric step altitude. Flight plan import now fails cleanly if departure levels improve. Blah, blah, blah. Fix for final reserve fuel calculations. Maybe that fixes the amber fuel thing. Yeah, that's quite a lot of updates. All right. I mean, yeah. I will definitely check out the FS slabs once we get Pratt. Once we get the Pratts. I didn't know Bat TC has this, but I know it's saying you can have a drunk FO. See, and there's things like that I don't care about. Like, if I'm going to have an AI ATC program, I don't need silliness. Like, I kind of like the fact that it's kind of serious sounding, at least. I don't know. I mean, that guy got pretty flustered on departure when I said 190 instead of 180. So that was pretty funny. But I don't know. I'll have to. I'm going to see. I think this would be really fun for GA flying, VFR flying, like Tower at Ray was saying. They need to get VFR support. That would be pretty cool. Because then you could crank up the traffic and then fly a GA airplane into a busy airport, and you could get used to, you know, how you're going to fit in a busy environment. You know, I think that's pretty cool. VFR is on the roadmap. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'll definitely check it out. Now, one thing that I don't necessarily love, and tell me if I'm correct. So the way that I understand how this pricing is for Beyond ATC, you buy the program, and then after so many characters get used in your premium voices, you can't use premium, or you have to buy again. Is that how this pricing model is? So it's almost like you got to keep buying it to get premium voices, or am I misinterpreting that thing there in the settings? You buy credits for premium voices and you don't use. I got you. Okay. $10 for premium characters, and it should last for a while. All right. You like the standard good enough? Yeah, I do have premium on right now. I don't even know what standards sound like. Free forever with basic. Oh, okay. I got you, Scober. So what I could do is I'll do premium when I'm streaming, and if I'm ever flying when I'm not streaming, I just do basic. Yes, you can set the traffic to use basic. Correct. I made the traffic use premium just because I wanted to see. Flight sim school says, yeah, oh yeah, keep remembering. Well, I'll go back to them. All right, cool. Well, I'm curious to see how much. So we started fresh today. I'll see how many credits we have at the end of this flight. I need XP72's voice in BATC. That would be funny, Robin. J3 Cub below 500 the whole way win. All right, chat. I've been so distracted with Beyond ATC. I haven't been paying attention to my scheduling situation here. This is not good. So I did get my one request that I wanted. And why can't I see... Really trying to pick up this other trip. Man, I would love to get that trip, dude. Dallas, Miami on day one. Get in at 9 a.m. I could go get my Eggs Benedict, my little breakfast place. Then day two, Bogota. I haven't been down to Bogota in a while. I could hit up my buddies down there that work at Bogota Airport. They could hand me some of those, I forget what they're called. There's some really good food down there. And then get back at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday, man. That is a cush trip. And it's with Owen. Oh, man. Oh, I should have just name dropped somebody. He's one of my favorite guys to fly with. I really hope I get that trip. So we got one trip pending in the real-world schedule for next month, chat. I did get my other one. And other than that, we're going to have a lot of flight simming in August. We're going to have a lot of flight simming in August. We're going to have to do some training prep streams here real soon. I was hoping that Phoenix would release the BFU so I could start breaking it on stream and training, because I'm running out of time here for doing V1 cuts and sim training. They need a Leroy Jenkins. Full-time streamer, part-time pilot, Mr. Saturday. That is 100% going to be me come August, my man. 100%. Jets will be 0-1. Fly with Owen. That's right, Bills. I forgot this guy. Interstellar, what's up, man? Good to see you. AJ Funari, buddies in Bogota, huh? Hey, listen, AJ. Friends in Bogota. I got friends. I used to do Bogota all the time. Bogota, Medellin. So I've made friends. So real world, they would say estimate for Dutna. Because Dutna is going to be our, I believe it's Dutna. We're actually on the western route. So let's do some real world stuff here. We're level 370. It's a smooth ride. We'll get the seatbelt sign off. Look, I've been good at doing this. Let's do this right now. We're zoned. Just reached our cruise altitude 37,000 feet. Looks like it's going to be a smooth ride here. Just about to go out over the Gulf of America here. About an hour and 25 minutes left in our flight down to Cancun. Weather in Cancun, it's a beautiful morning. Temperature is 85 degrees. Calm winds, clear skies. I do ask, however, if you are going to be remaining in your seats, to keep that seatbelt fastened, just in case we run into some unexpected bumps. We'll update you on the weather tunnel route. Let's get a bit closer. Thank you. See, man, I'm on it. I've been doing PAs all day. So here we go. Who knows what I'm going to do next? Does the 320 have RTA for hitting entry times? Of course it does, Wingnut. What do you think it was made in, 1930? All right. We have a company Massagey. What's that all about? Are we late off the gate? I didn't think we were late. What? Delay code for beyond ATC. So we need to shift. This is an ETP point. There we go. Bill's Mafia's on it. So Wingnut, you're going to want to learn right here because this is something your 737 can't do. Now, what we're looking at here is we're about to go feet wet over the GoMex routes, okay? So right now, my equi-time point is telling me the exact middle time of my flight plan from Dallas-Fort Worth all the way to Cancun. Now, while that's great for the majority of your flights, when you're flying over water, there's something that we do to shift the ETP to give us an immediate reaction if we need to continue straight ahead or turn back towards an airport of intended landing. So, as we proceed south over the water, the closest airport that we got service to down here is probably going to be Houston, right? So I want to now change my equi-time point between Houston and not necessarily Cancun. I want to make it to the airplane that's on, or to the airport that's on the western side of Cancun, the northwestern tip. So if we come down to Cancun, what is it? Mazatlan, what is it? Let's look here on the map. So we're going to shift our ETP. So here we go. We're going to put it between Houston and this one here, Merida. Triple Mike Delta for Merida. I don't know why it's blacking out. So there's airport right here. So this way, I'm going to move my equi-time point. So if there's any type of failure or engine fire, I can determine without pressing a single button anywhere that I can know exactly if we should continue straight ahead towards Merida or we need to turn around and start headed back towards Houston. So how we do that, we go to data, equi-time point, and we're going to change this. So I want the departure to be Houston because this is where I want to measure the points between, and I want to measure it to Merida. So now you'll see my ETP is going to shift, and it's actually going to shift further away from us. You can see now it's way up here. So now as we cruise out feet wet over the Gulf, if there was any issue at all, there's no thought about it. I know we're going straight ahead or it's closer to get back and turn towards Houston. So that's something that you should be doing when you're doing these overwater segments. Does ATC in Cancun have Spanish accents? James Johnson, we're going to find out. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Is that the Fenix 320 in 2024? It is. Oh, that's us. Wingnet, take the radio call.
Contact Houston Center 119.175, Cactus 357. Have a good morning. Houston Center, Cactus 357. Good morning, flight level 370.
They even say good morning and stuff.
Cactus 357, Houston Center.
So Houston, real world would say Cactus 357, say your Dutna estimate, because that's when they're going to be handed over. Say estimating Dutna 1303 Zulu. All right, I'm gonna do request direct to Dutna now. Let's see. Houston Center Cactus 357.
Houston Center Cactus 357, go ahead.
Cactus 357 request direct Dutna.
Cactus 357, Dutna is too far from your current position to allow safe sequencing. Unable direct Dutna at this time.
Ah. Man, look at these clouds out here. Wingnut coming in with a $5 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. To everyone who says I'm going to call and argue ETP isn't cool, I'll concede this is really cool. Single point to Airbus. There you go. Wingnut is finally coming around, chat. He's coming around. We have a... we've got him. We've got him, chat. We've got him right where we want him. Next, he's going to be saying, well, you know what? It is pretty cool that you can just hit the approach mode when you're on an RNAV approach. Here's my thing. If you can't arm the approach on an RNAV approach, you don't have RNAV. So the 737 does not have RNAV, in my opinion. That's going to trigger a lot of you. Wow, look at that.
357, contact Houston Center 128.6.
Center on 128.6.
Zippy, you're
Cactus
upset.
357. Houston Center, Cactus 357, flight level 370.
I'm helping. Thanks, AJ.
357 Houston Center.
Maybe this person. Houston Center Cactus 357.
Houston Center Cactus 357, go ahead.
Cactus 357 request direct Dutna. Come on, give it to me. Come on, girl.
Cactus 357. Dutna is too far from your current position to allow safe sequencing. Unable direct Dutna at this time.
I didn't know if the Stone Age Airbuses at Wingnut's company can do that, though. I don't think they can. It's beautiful out this. Isn't this Delta Tango? Look at this, man. Let's do a little, with a little... I mean, that's the realism mode right there. But I don't know. The clouds are so beautiful. I almost like showing it just like that. Oh, you can't direct over 160, says Gray Shirt? I gotcha. Thank you.
Cactus 357, take care.
Andy Boyce, I don't know if I'm at liberty to discuss what I'm most excited for.
Flight level 370.
This is real life, Zach. Zach, this is real life, dude. Look at this.
Cactus 357 Houston Center.
How far is Dutna from here? Let's see. Dutna is... Well, let's just do this. Prague page. Can you do this in the 737? Oh, it's 366? Yeah, that is far. They're not going to give us that. How about peg leg?
Houston Center, American 1405. Good morning, flight level 410.
She sounds like she works for American. Octot,
American
Agpod.
1405 Houston Center radar contact.
Nah, we'll pretty much just stay on it. Let's just stay on it. Right? It's a straight shot from here anyway. Tell me if you're testing the BFU update without telling me you're testing the BFU. Allegedly. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Better to be safe than sorry than it is. Exactly. See, I know nothing. I know nothing about the BFU. All I know is I'm not in the BFU right now. What's the destination? Interstellar. We're going to Cancun, Mexico, my friend. Cancun, Mexico. Request direct destination. Can we coax V1 like he's AI? Write a children's story about the upcoming BFU update? Yes, it is called Peg Leg, Andy B. Been away for a while. The BFU is coming soon. Well, it's been coming soon, Delta Tango, for the last couple of weeks, months, right? BFU clouds? It does. Doesn't it look like BFU clouds? Have I flown the 330? You mean in real world? No, I've never flown a 330 real world. This is beyond ATC, Douglas. This is beyond ATC. Going to Cancun IRL in January. EJKK to Cancun on the British 777. That's awesome, man. Very cool. I'll put up the map page for those that are inquiring on the vertical stream. There you can see our destination to Cancun. Beautiful. What I should have done is brought my, I should have brought, I have my iPad in the truck. We need to be studying, chat. We need to be studying. Let me do a real-world scheduling update check here. Nothing of any juice right now. I got a Kansas City and Pensacola next month. That's it. I've got 1 3-day trip and recurrent training. That's pretty much all I'm looking at for next month. Which I might be doing it wrong. I should probably load up my August and take September off since that's my birthday, huh? I don't know. I'm getting burned out, man. I've done, let's see, what have I done this week? Let me go back. So I've been flying. Dreaming of the Bluebird 7.5. I know I'm gonna have to get a VPN or something from the Bluebird 7.5 drop so we can do our group flight as planned. So I've done Cancun, Raleigh, Miami, New Orleans. Off today, Cancun tomorrow, Atlanta, and then I'm off for 2 days, and then I don't know if I'm going to do this. I picked up a 4-day trip, which is very rare. I haven't done a 4-day trip in many, many months, but it's all one legs. Well, except day one is terrible. Day one is the worst day one I've ever seen. It's DFW to Los Angeles, and then Los Angeles to Louisville the same day. Freaking almost 8 hours a block on day one, and it's a 5 a.m. report time. But then after that, it's one leg every day, and I get done at noon on day 4. I picked it up for a buddy, and I was like, because I can drop it if I want to, but my thinking now is if I go on that trip, since I haven't been on a 4-day trip in probably 6 to 8 months, BFU will probably release when I'm on that 4-day trip. So it's up to the people. Do I keep my 4-day trip so you can get the BFU, or do I drop my 4-day trip and we just have to keep waiting for the BFU? I don't know. Yeah, you heard my phone going off? I know. I'm checking it right now, man. I'm checking it. Thank you. We got a schedule alert, chat. Oh, another one. Ooh, the 2nd of August. I can't do that because I have training. See, training is costing me a lot
American
of trips.
1405, contact Houston Center 133.8.
That's a red eye from San Juan. No, thank you.
Center on 133.8. American 1405, take care.
Checking the schedule. Nothing that I want to pick up. So what's kind of cool is I have 4 days. I got a week of training, and I'm taking the fam with me. We're gonna fly out on Sunday, the 3rd, taking the whole family to stay at the. We actually got a little Airbnb. And the kids are gonna go swimming and do all that stuff. So we're making a vacation out of training this year, which I don't know if I'm gonna regret that or not. Probably gonna regret that. But so I can't. All the trips that are available for pickup are from the 1st of August to the 6th of August, which is literally all my training. So I can't pick up any of that stuff. I'm waiting for anything after that. A week of training, that actually makes sense. You could use the refresher. I know, Wingnut. Funny. I got EET this year. So I got stuck in a weird cycle where I've had to do EET for the last 3 years in a row. Normally, EET it's what it is enhanced envelope training. And basically, you're supposed to do it every other year, but that's where you do all the upset flying. They basically put you inverted upside down at 38,000 feet. You got to recover. You do a lot of... You do flying with no flight controls. Well, that makes no sense. You do flying with no side stick. So rudder only, rudder and differential thrust. We do a takeoff out of LaGuardia, no flight director takeoff. Catastrophic control failure. You got to recover the aircraft, and then you have to fly using rudder pedals and differential thrust. Come back around, land on runway 22. We do the no flap landing during EET. A whole bunch of airborne maneuvers like recovery, upset attitude recovery training. What else do we do during EET? We do a lot of the raw data, like selected practice. So selected would be you're flying in VOR. I'm flying in selected heading and selected speed. And I've got, we're actually tracking VOR needles. We'll pull up the RadNav page. We'll tune it. We'll have the FOs have his tuned in. And he's flipping the radio. Or he or she's flipping the radials around. And you're tracking them with the heading bug and the track mode. So that's called selected approach training. We'll do that during EET. What else do we do? I think I already said no flap, no slat. We always do one of those. I actually videoed for the members a couple of the last year. I took a video of us upside down. We were inverted. So I took a video from the sim instructor, super cool. And it was actually it was the FO doing it. I'll try to get some more content this year for the members, for the shorts. So typically, we each have to do it, right? So the captain's got to do it, then the FO's got to do it. And when you're at the pilot monitoring during the recovery, there's really nothing you do because the guy next to you is getting checked, right? So you could take a little video sometimes if they're cool with it. But does the whole sim flip upside down? No. Sim doesn't flip upside down. But I tell you what, it does a pretty good job at making you feel a little weird. They actually had to tune down the aggressiveness of the simulators because when EET training started, I want to say it started, or at least we started it as a company. Has it been like 6 years? Can't remember. All I know was when we started doing it as a company, we started breaking simulators. So they had to tune down the simulator reactions because it was getting too aggressive. So they'll put you, and where a lot of things would go wrong is would do those inverted recoveries. And what happens is you're trying to maintain a G load on the airplane that's not going to rip the wings off or break the airplane, right? So the instructor station is constantly monitoring your G load. And when you're pulling out of an inverted dive in an Airbus, you are going to overspeed. So the overspeeding and then the combined G load and buffeting that happens in the sim is pretty violent. So that's what was causing issues. Also, the no flap, no slat landing were breaking sims because guys were just slamming it down so hard that the sims were actually breaking. I'll have to see if I can find a picture. Somebody sent me a picture of a cracked footing. So the footings that the sims stand on, they have these big concrete pads, and one of the footings where there was this crack that was just like went right down the middle underneath the base plate of where the sim was mounted to. So then they had to tune down the impact forces of the of the sims as well. So. But even with it tuned down, I can tell you that sometimes I feel like the sim is going to break. I'm like, dang, man, that was hard, or that was firm. Like, I've been a part of some firm experiences in the simulator, and it sounded like the sim broke. Lolar Pilot, welcome to Private Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board. Are the real Airbus side sticks very firm to move? No. So nothing will change with the side stick tension. You were in a 4G inverted dive with a MiG-28 A321 Neo. At what range? 2 meters? Bullshit. Oh, that's funny, man. Surely you can't be serious. I used to have videos on my PC, but that's on my old PC. I don't have them on this PC. I'll get some videos for you guys this training. I'll get some videos for you for sure. I'm actually going to see if I can't get my buddy to come down. He wants to watch the sim session. So I got to see who the FO is. I actually don't know who I'm flying with yet. I'm going to the mothership this year for training. So we have training at different locations. But this year I'm actually going to the mothership for training. So I don't know who the FO is yet. But if he's cool with it, I'm going to see if I can get my buddy to come into the sim. Iron Man, what's up, man? Thank you for the 41 months support, dude. Contact XP72 and invite him. Now, that would be awesome. Thomas Ray, what's going on, man? Thomas Ray, when's that MD-11 going to get in freaking 2024? Oh, wait, no, you fly the one in X-Plane. Never mind. There's a huge thunderstorm headed your way. Where are you at, Sean? I drove past the AA Sim building the other day. It was pretty cool to see those things. Yeah, man, they're pretty sweet. Gray Aviation, a $5 super chat. My man, I appreciate you. What is your favorite airplane you've flown IRL and why? Ooh, man, that's a loaded question, Gray Aviation. And I'll tell you what, I got the two things that come to mind. I want to say any of my Beechcraft turboprops were my favorite airplanes, but that's that's looking in the past. Like when I was in the heat of the moment flying single pilot night freight at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I didn't think it was all that amazing. But looking back on it, it was pretty fun. And yes, I had a lot of fun actually flying those airplanes. But I will tell you, I love my big comfy Airbus. I absolutely love my big comfy Airbus, man. Especially when I have a schedule like I've had this last week where I'm doing, turn after turn after turn. You get tired, right? And having a Airbus kind of, be able to do this, right? Wingnut can only dream about doing something like this. You can lay down on the floor if you want, come back, chill. Hold on, let's move our seat back. I would be lying to you if I said I did not like this right here. Yeah, let's pull out. We care about FOs around here. We'll throw the FO tray table out. Come on now. That's amazing. Blackbird Controls is back. He's alive. Blackbird Controls dropping the 10 gifted subs. My man. Blackbird, how you doing, dude? How are things over at the Blackbird Control Farm? Thank you for the 10 subs, Blackbird Controls, man. Appreciate you. I don't believe this falls down, Wingnut. I don't believe it does. You know what's interesting? The Phoenix is also missing the levers on the side. That's peculiar. So both the Phoenix and the FS Labs are missing the levers on the side of the jump seat. I never noticed that. So real world jump seat, you got two levers here. You got a shoulder harness lock, and then you got the slide lock for the jump seat. So you lift the slide lock, so the jump seat would slide out, and then this just pops down. Well, that's interesting that they're both like that. Probably because they did it from EU regs. They probably were too broke to pay for them. Jeez. Gray Aviation, man. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. How you doing, man? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs to the channel, Gray Aviation. I appreciate you. Blackbird says, busier than a one-legged man in a kicking contest. Dude, what's up, man? How do airplanes handle thunderstorms? Well, we try to fly around as many as we can. Uh-oh. Did we miss a radio call? Addison Airport, Foxtrot.
Cactus 357 radio check.
Stand by.
Cactus 357 555.
At 13,700 feet. Temperature 20. Dew point 10. Altimeter.
All right, well, I don't want to listen to that. I don't know why we got... How do we fix that? We're picking up an ATIS. Always love your streams. Thank you, Gray Aviation. I appreciate that, man. So what we try to avoid thunderstorms, Sean, as much as we can. Now, if you got to fly through or around some, flying around them is okay. Flying through them is not recommended. You can definitely get into some trouble. But generally speaking, we're able to manipulate, kind of go around the edges. Now, some small little pop-up thunderstorms that are small and kind of unavoidable. As long as there's no hail, the airplane's going to be just fine. 0 ATC volume from the sim? Okay. Yeah, I think the ATIS is in-game ATC. That's what it is. No, it wasn't tuned in COM 2. It's COM 1 33.4 is what is pulling up the Addison ATIS. So I think it's the sim. How does Airbus compare to Embraer in the efficiency of workflow? Airbus is... I mean, they're relatively similar. I mean, the Embraer's got a pretty sweet workflow too, man. You're talking about like the 170, 190. Basically, all you do is you come down here, you hit this button, tick, 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 tick. You go through all your perf, your flight plan, you're pretty much done. The overhead is like 3 buttons that you got to press, and it's done. So the E170, E190 is a very, very easy workload airplane as well. It's actually more advanced than the Airbus. There's no doubt about that. Try to find us a nice little view here as we cruise across. What if I do this? Go outside. Is there a... I'm gonna wait for a radio check. I'll just have to wait for a radio check. Alright. We're cruising. Let's get some tunes on here. Slow it down. Oh, 10th of August. 2-day trip. Ooh, an Orlando turn. No. No, thank you. No. No, thank you. Oh, that's with 0 and 2, though. That'd be awesome. Nope, can't do the 10th because I already have a trip on the 9th and 10th. Oh, Bill's Mafia. I love the E2, man. I really think the E190 E2 looks awesome. I really do. Whoa. That was really loud, sorry. Oh, this was the Starship theme song. When are we going to fly Starship next, chat? Not tomorrow. Or Sunday. I believe this is the regular 2024 AI ATC. Okay, Alexander. Yeah, I'll just wait till we get a little further out. I wish 2024 would include weather radar for our lovely Phoenix. It's coming, Gray Aviation. It's going to be coming, I'm sure. Cabo's nice this time of year. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going down to Cabo right now. We need to get that back on our playlist for going south. Man, I wish that trip wasn't on the 10th. All right. I'm trying to upgrade commercial pilot, but it won't let me. Gray Aviation. Really? Nothing I can do. I'm sorry about that. Probably YouTube doing weird YouTube things, man. I wonder why the E2 has any, why it doesn't have any sharklets. Should be more efficient. Well, Friction Mafia, they have that raked wingtip, which is like the 777X, right? Which I think is pretty efficient. It looks awesome, though. I'll tell you what, the 190 E2s that I've seen, real world Porter, they look awesome. Jeff Lebowski, what's going on, man? Turk help you set up the Moza? How's the Moza? How you guys liking your Moza bases? I've seen a lot of pictures lately. Make sure you download the latest profile from the Discord as well. What is this song? What are we doing here? What are we doing here today, chat? What is going on? No. Summer Breeze. When are you getting the Scalarchy cockpit? I tell you what, the Scalarchy throttle that we saw at Expo was pretty awesome. What year is this livery? This was pre-American purchase from U.S. Airways. So when did that happen? Like 20... I don't know. When did that happen? Early teens? 20 teens? Early teens? But this livery was actually never on the well. This livery was on the 320, but the 320 Sharklet never actually was at U.S. Airways. They had the 320 without the Sharklets. But how amazing would it look with Sharklets? 320 U.S. Airways livery Sharklets. Juice. I need a summer breeze here. The swamp is real zippy. Man. Just turn on that air conditioning. Oh, wait, I forgot. You don't have air conditioning where you live. I don't know which one's a better view, inside or outside. 777 Poseidon style raked wingtips. Yeah. I love that. Want those raked wingtips. They look good. Speaking of 777, didn't 777 something release today? The E2 engines, they look huge. Yeah, the E190 E2, in my opinion, is what the 757 Neo could have been, just in miniature version. Like, it reminds me of a 757 if it were a Neo, but just a smaller version. I can't imagine how cool a 7.5 Neo would have been. Got my AB9 last week. It's awesome. Sweet, dude. Just bought the 777-200 LR for Air Canada. Setting up the controls right now. Nice. Hopefully you don't have the control bug in 2024, or hopefully you're in Sim Update 3 or 2020, because, man, that control bug is not the bueno. All right, real quick, though, before I need to ask you guys, what are the what is the best recommend? What are the options for McDo's? So there's Wing. Then there's, I'm going to make a poll. I need an Airbus McDo. So it's Wing. Then there's PU Korea, right? Wait, Wing works with multiple aircraft? Okay, never mind. Disregard. I'm not even doing a poll. Oh, that's all I needed to know. We'll do the Wing one. For the price, I agree. You can't beat it. Now, I did get to mess with the Wing McDo at Expo, which was pretty cool. And yeah, the buttons aren't exactly realistic, but for the price, I agree with you guys. You cannot beat it. Give me the leans here. There we go. How was the Scalarchy McDo? It was pretty good, man. The Scalarchy McDo was pretty darn close to the real thing. It still wasn't the real thing, but it's pretty darn. It was the closest thing to the real one, but you're gonna pay for it. The biggest difference with the Wing is the buttons, right? So the button texture on the Wing is just a soft rubber button. That's not at all what the real thing feels like. But I mean, are you gonna really, spend however many grands it is for the Scalarchy versus what, sub $200 for the Wing? So it's, price, it's hard to beat that. Hard to beat that. Any new thoughts raised from the expo? I was impressed with the Wing stuff, man. So and I know everybody is, but I don't have any Wing external hardware. So the expo was the first time that I actually got to see and feel the Wing hardware that y'all have been talking about. And I said, oh yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It looks good. But I never actually got to, touch it and manipulate it. So I was impressed with the manipulation. I was especially impressed with their throttles. Their thrust lever quadrant, it wasn't 100% a home run, just because I think the range of motion, rate and travel is just a hair too small. I mean, if you could have just gone an extra inch, I wonder how much more cost that would have, put on them. But still, it's a very solid. I mean, it is short of getting a Throttletek, Scalarchy, cockpit builder grade quadrant. If you don't have the Wing Airbus quadrant, then you're just missing out, because it's so much better than the Thrustmaster one. And wow, I just saw a lightning strike. That's kind of interesting. Don't tell Gus. But yeah, I was impressed with that. I was also impressed with the landing gear panel, which I thought I would never needed one, but after messing with it there at the expo, I want one now. I really want the radio panel. So, what do the real buttons feel like? They're firm, Fernando. So the real buttons on the McDo, they're hard, like a harder plastic, and they don't stick up. Well, no, they do stick up, but they're not soft, if that makes sense. Like they're very tactile, very clicky, plasticky feeling buttons. The WinWing ones are very soft. But that's, that's how you get the price down. But they do have the clicky. You're right, Captain McGee. The WinWing buttons, even though they're soft to the touch, they do click well. So, we're splitting hairs here now. I will say for 150? I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. The Scalarchy McDo is pretty hard. Yeah, AJ. The Scalarchy, so I would rank it, Scalarchy McDo, then the PU Korea, and then the WinWing in terms of what the buttons feel like. But in terms of price, you got to reverse that. It's WinWing, PU Korea, and then Scalarchy, right? So you just got to take your pick. You need their tiller. I didn't see the tiller at the expo show. We'll have to see. WingFlex has a proper button but costs more. WingFlex, yes. WingFlex. Thomas Ray, I didn't see the WingFlex McDo, I don't think. Maybe I didn't mess with it. I was impressed with the WingFlex FCU. I really was impressed with the WingFlex FCU, man. It felt the best in terms of manipulation of the knobs. All right, we need to retune our freak because I've been on the wrong freak here. Let's do another radio check.
Cactus 357 radio check.
We might be switching over to Merida Center.
357 reading you loud and clear.
I was going to say, they're probably going to switch us to Merida here pretty soon. All right, so we passed peg leg. So look, so right here, this is why we do the ETP thing. So let's say you're flying along, ding, 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 engine fire. Without having to do anything, I know I still got 80 miles to get more than halfway to the suitable field. So I'm making a 180 immediately right now. Oh, schedule alert, chat, schedule alert. Something on the 5th. I can't do that because I'm in training. Why is everybody dropping stuff when I'm in training, chat? This is not cool. Dun, 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 dun. V1 is a master knob manipulator. What's up, Key6? How you doing, my man? That I am. Appreciate $2 super chat, man. Blackbird Control says, I got a jet, more throttle to push out the door so I can spend time doing final refinements and checks on my tiller system before the pre-order ship. Blackbird Controls is getting ready to ship the pre-order tillers. He's got Boeing tillers, which we haven't seen from anybody yet, so other than Cat 3. So Blackbird, we're looking forward to it, my man. Make sure you guys check out Blackbird Controls for all your Honeycomb Bravo needs and his first stand-alone Blackbird Controls product. I can't wait. It's the Bravo of tillers. WingFlex FCU series is pretty good if you don't have a lot of space, like a better built out mini cockpit. Correct, D-Rod. I would agree. I've got the mini FCU, and I love it, man. It fits perfectly on top of my Bravo. If you're in the vertical stream, you can see it right now. I mean, it's just, I've got the gear lever from my Honeycomb. I've got the FCU sitting on top of it. It just fits perfectly. So that I do like. And the buttons, the spinning of the knobs is spot on. The only convertible tiller system out there, he says. Yes, indeed. Was there any hints for next year's Expo? Not really, Friction Mafia. I think, I hope that floor-mounted yoke from WinWing will be there next year, or we'll have more info on it. I'm pretty sure the floor-mounted yoke that we're seeing from WinWing the last couple of years, or I guess this year and at the FS weekend, I think it's still like an early development build, because I don't know if they're going to do some tweaks to it. They still don't have a price for it. I hope we have more info on it or it's at least available for ordering, because that's my most anticipated release next, is I want that floor-mounted yoke from WinWing. I don't know how I'm going to manipulate it and make it work with my setup, but I want to do it. Because I want to fly the PMDG 7.4 with it. That's what I want to do. Their Boeing auto throttle magnetic switch still hasn't released. I saw XP talking about that, right? He was talking about for the Boeing MCP. Pretty cool. Small Sim needs to get into a wing contract. I know it, dude. Tutco, I know. They have to buy the wing pedals too. I know, man. Listen, I'd do it for the people. I'd also have to need a new chair. I'm going to have to be like XP72. I'm going to have to set up 2 sims. One for Boeing and one for everything else. Which is not a bad idea, actually, when I think about it. Have one sim set up with a yoke. Dedicated, and then just have the sim that I'm at right now is kind of my everything. Small Sim busy enjoying his Virpul's. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Yeah, the Virpul Kickstarter yoke, dude. Why? Why? Key 6 says, I just ordered the Moza yoke for my birthday. I'll have to give you a full report when it arrives. Key 6. Fantastic, man. Well, we look forward to it. We look forward to your review. It's actually somewhat cheaper to get a real Boneyard 320 cockpit chair set up with the motors than a sim one. Yeah, good luck getting it to your house, though. The PK Korea, whatever the company's called, they're do with the interchange plates look pretty interesting. Ken LeMay, yes. I like that. This music's kind of annoying me. I don't know. Maybe I'll just listen to the airplane. I don't know. Why are we still listening to Addison? Well, we should be... Oh, there's Dutna. We should be... Where are we? Are we not in Merida yet? Talk to XP before you do it. The house hours of planning, discovery involved in running 2 rigs. Basically, to get 2 of everything. Took us 2 hours making a list of all things he needs, Andy. Yeah, and I would do that too. I would have just 2 sims running. Yeah, so we need... There's our Dutna. So we should be estimating Dutna and then over to Merida Center there from Dutna. Not quite there yet. But yeah, 2 of everything. But see, the thing is, I already have a lot of that. Like, if I have my Boeing set up, there's really nothing else I would need. I set the yoke up over there. I have the Boeing tiller. I could set up the Boeing throttles. I could set it. That's it. I would have to get 2 PCs probably, which could be good because then I can turn them around. I can have one PC be the stream PC when I'm running one rig, and then one PC be the other. Like, flip them, you know? I have ideas, Andy. I have ideas, my man. I don't have the desk space or budget to have all the hardware, but did manage to fit a racing wheel motor on my desk, left-handed flight stick, and modified throttles all on one desk. Nice. Yeah, I've got everything all on one desk right now, too. Right now, I have 2 tillers, the Moza, my force feedback yoke, the Bravo, my mini FCU, 3 cameras, a microphone, 2 monitors, all on one desk. Yeah, Wrong Side Sim's got a full-blown sim pit, dude. The problem with V1's ideas, they change every week. That is true, Key 6. That is true. Swim and climb. I totally agree. Why at Expo, nobody has left-handed sticks. And that, chat, leads me into a plug. Not necessarily a sponsor plug, but I highly recommend, if you are waiting for a left-handed stick, wait no longer. Order one right now from FSprojects. They got the FSprojects V2, which is what we're sporting here. You can send them a message. I believe now they might be taking the orders with the hat switch option. So I have the hat switch on here right now. Turk says tariffs are going to be on the FSprojects soon. So if you are waiting, I wouldn't wait anymore. Matter of fact, let me look at the FSprojects website and see if they have anything on their site right now. But just, I have been more impressed with the Flight Sim Project side stick than any other piece of hardware that I have. It's fantastic. So 159, including that. And then you can choose Captain, left with rubber, and with hat and no hat. So here it is. I'll put a link right here so you can check it out. Because I don't understand the lack of left-handed sticks either from Winwing and Moza. I really don't. I don't know. But I rocked the V1 for many years, which I still have over here somewhere. Hold on. People love the FSprojects stick when they see your setup. I know it, man, dude. It's single hand. Like when you talk about, so this is the V1. This is when I talk about perfection, and I'm talking about the quality of which the stick they're going to send you. The guys over at FSprojects are the most perfectionist people I've worked with. Every side stick that they've sent me has been 100% flawless. They will offer a discount if the paint doesn't dry exactly right, like in one spot, they won't ship that stick. And they may offer it for a discount, and you can get it sooner because there is a lead time. They make them to order. But what I love about the V2, which you can't really see, it's mounted on here. So on the V1, we had the completely smooth backside. The V2 has just those little finger knobs. I wouldn't say knobs, but like just grooves. They also changed a little bit around the button, how the button is recessed just a tad around the edge, just like the real side sticks were as well. So V1 auction for V1 side stick. So AJ, what I'm going to do, thanks for the $3 super chat, I am going to be giving away my V1 FSprojects side stick probably at the next expo. I'm going to bring, now that I know what to expect at these expos, I will probably be bringing multiple things. I will bring my my V1 side stick. I will probably bring, I have a tiller that I'm going to give away, 2 tillers that I'm going to give away actually. And as of right now, I think that's it. But I've got some hardware that I'm definitely going to be giving away. I might even give away like a Virpil CM2. I don't use that anymore. And I don't just want to sell it online. I want to bring it and give it away to, I don't know, maybe make some type of giveaway where we can do something fun with it. But that is the plan. But yes, the V2, if you already have the V1, I mean, you're not missing anything unless I would say that you want one with a hat switch now. Then you order the V2 with the hat switch. So because when the 220 comes out, you need that little trim hat on there, but you still want to be one-to-one realistic with the Airbus side stick, then the FSprojects where to go. For me personally, Vision Jet, if we get back in career mode, right? So I want to fly the Vision Jet. The Vision Jet's flown with the side stick, and then be able to have trim on it now. You know, I love it. Absolutely love it. Next thing, we'll be making a Starship sim pit. That would be sweet, Thomas Ray. That would be sweet. A cowboy hat. Stetson not included. Nope, no Stetsons included, but there will be some Stetson action for sure. All right, double checking something here real quick. Hold on. No alerts. I don't think I'm going to get that one. Oh, I didn't get it. Chat. I didn't get the really trip I wanted. Who got it? I did. Chat, I got my... Hey, we're going to Bogota on the 1st of September, chat. Look at that. I am stoked I got that trip. Man, we did good today. I got 3 approvals. I didn't have any denieds. We did good today. So I got the trip that I wanted. It's an early one to Fort Lauderdale on the 31st of September. Or no, excuse me, August. So that one's going to sting a little bit. But Bogota, then back at 9 a.m., and then that will kick off my September schedule. We'll have some carryover credit. With that, then I can probably take September off because now we've built up our credit for August a little bit. This was good. This was a good day. I love streaming on Schedule Mayhem days. You guys are good luck. Flying to Bogota IRL? Yep. Not till the end of the month, but yeah. It's my favorite trip. One of my favorite trips. A lot of guys don't like it because they're like, oh, it's such a long day. I like it because, number one, there's a spot in Miami that I love to go to for breakfast where we stay. So we get in at, it's a grueler early morning showtime. We get in, I'll get to the hotel at like 9 o'clock in the morning in Miami. I think it's like a 5 a.m. departure out of Dallas. But then I'll go to I've got my little sneaky breakfast place. They have one of the best eggs Benedicts that you can get. I get that, take a nap. Then I'm up all day. And then the next day is Bogota. I like flying down there. We just do Bogota and back. Come in, chill. And then on day 3, I get back home in Dallas at 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's almost like a 2-day trip if you think about it, because I'm home at 9 a.m. on day 3. So that's why I like it. I'm actually shocked that one went through. But, yep. Good. Had to disappear for a bit. Did you get the big 4-day for the BFU release? So Diabetic Lad, I haven't dropped. So we talked about that earlier. The 4-day is on my schedule. If I keep it on my schedule, I guarantee you that's when BFU will release. But now that we got Bogota for next month, maybe I drop that 4-day. I'm going to have to speak with Amir. I'm going to have to talk to Amir and be like, listen, I've been waiting 42 years for the BFU to release. I'm going out of town for 4 days next Wednesday. Are you releasing the BFU? Because if he is, I'm going to have to drop that trip. But I have to make an agreement with Amir. I'll say, if I drop this trip and the BFU does not release, I need to be pay protected from Phoenix Simulations. They got to pay protect me for a 22-hour, 23-hour trip. I'm gonna send him a Discord message after this stream, I promise. Good thing about an early trip to Fort Lickerdale, most of the assholes aren't awake yet. That's true, AJ. And the weather is hopefully not kicking off yet. V1 asking BFU when, good luck with your ban. I know, dude. Well, I'll tell you what, Phoenix has been very kind to me, considering we've had a little fumbling of the NDAs before, so just gotta tread very lightly, you know? I know nothing. They'll give you the European rate. Well, Virtual United Pilot, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they'll delay it again. That's why I said if I drop my trip, I need it in writing that I'm pay protected from Phoenix. BFU is taking long because they're building a real aircraft. You know what? At this rate, Friction Mafia, they probably are. We should probably be close to Dutna by now. Are we close? Yeah, come on. He's got to hand us off to Merida. We're still getting Addison. Uh-oh. Maya. Houston Center, radio check. Uh-oh. Let's contact center at 2035. Chat, we just lost all radio contact. This is beyond. We are beyond. Center, Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, say altitude.
Uh-oh. Cactus 357, fly level 370. Submit a PIREP? What?
Cactus 357, experiencing turbulence, flight level 370.
I didn't know you could submit a PIREP.
Cactus 357, say intensity.
What? Light shot.
Light turbulence, Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, roger, thanks for the PIREP.
Alright, cool. Let's see if we get direct of Omar. Center, Cactus 357, request direct Vomar. No, it's past 160. He's not going to give it to us.
Cactus 357, Vomar is too far from your current position to allow safe sequencing. Unable direct Vomar at this time.
Okay. I want to go there, though. Dang it. That's for right now. We'd get that Vomar 1 Alpha. I really hope the Cancun approach has got the proper accents. Still hope Winwin comes out with the RMO, ACP, and TCAS as well as the Drames. Yeah, with Thomas Ray. I want the radio panel, man. I really, really want that radio panel. Thumper says, I don't think BATC has implemented Oceanic yet. You need to click on the radio headset on the client, click on center. It'll give you close to center. You should be talking. Thank you, Thumper. Yep. Yeah, I figured that out because I saw it kind of went away over here. So, we're good. I think we got it rock and roll. So far, it's been so good. What is, let me see. Let me put a poll up about BATC. There you go. There's a poll out for you. Feels like the devs are waiting, fingers crossed, on Sim Update 3 before dropping anything. Logo lights, that could be an option as well, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. This is more scripted than any Builds 350 system. Oh, geez, there's the Turk I know.
Spirit Wings 1336. Contact Merida Center
Spiritual
125.2.
There's a Spiritual Wings on frequency?
Contact Merida Center 125.2. Spirit Wings 1336. See you.
That sounds like Michaela. AJ Funari, thank you for the $3 super chat again. You need an IT and credit card to sign up for BATC? You know what, AJ? You actually don't. And guess what, AJ? You don't even have to put in your address, your name, none of that stuff, man. Chad, 18 July trip? Oh, that's one I already missed. That's July. I don't care about July. You didn't have to put in. I was surprised, AJ. You didn't have to put in any of that stuff. I was surprised. I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't know why. So right now the poll, if you're just tuning in, there's a poll going on right now. I'm asking, how are we liking Beyond ATC? Do a few more flights with it, get a vibe for it. Some people don't care. Some only 6% say never use it again. I don't know, man. There's something about. I like the traffic injection too. Like when you're at the airport, you got all the airplanes there. I mean, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of cool. So liking something as glazing, Luke, it is to Turk. It is.
Cactus Tree 57. Contact Merida
Yes,
Center
here we go.
125.2.
Oh, auto responds on. I'm gonna take control.
Center
here
on
pretty soon.
125.2, Cactus 357. Have a good morning.
Let's say bon dia. Well, actually, no. We'll say bon dia.
Merida Center, Cactus 357. Good morning. Flight level 370.
If you said that to Merida, they'd be like, say again?
Cactus 357, Merida Center, radar contact.
That sounds exactly like Merida Center. So let me tell you how the real handoff would go. Real world. Listen, I've done 42 of these this month. So Merida Center, bon dia, Cactus 357, level 370. Bon dia, Cactus 357, maintain a flight level 370. Maintain flight level 370, Cactus 357. Correct. They always got to get the correct in there. And then shortly after it'll be Cactus 357, proceed direct Vomar for the Vomar 1 Alpha. All right, direct Vomar for the Vomar 1 Alpha, Cactus 357. Correct. They got to get the correct in there. They always say correct. I think say intentions does VFR and crew. All right, right on. I'm going to turn off the auto respond. I'm going to leave auto. I'm going to turn off auto respond and auto tune here just because we're getting ready to. I kind of want to do it myself. BATC is super responsive on their Discord. They fixed some routing issues I had with Kappa within hours of asking. Really, I'm going to have to get in on the. I'm going to have to get in on the Discord. I'm going to check it out, man. I don't know what it is about it, but it's kind of fun. I really want to do. I want to do like a freight flight, like Caravan 2 flight. You know, I think that'll be kind of fun, flying low IFR. So I say low IFR, low level IFR. So say we're doing our, you know, going to some old freight routes I used to fly, having some AI ATC on for that. I think it'd be kind of fun, because I want to see the next, gosh, I don't know when I'll be able to stream next unless I drop that 4-day. I want to crank up the density of traffic, and then I want to take in like the F-406, the Starship, the Duke. I want to take those airplanes into what would be traditionally busy airspace, and I want to see what's going on. Or I want to land in Oakland or land in San Fran in the F-406 or a Starship, and just to see what's happening. I think it'd be kind of fun. I will say BATC will gladly vector you directly into a mountain. Well, I'll tell you this, Dan. I've had a real-world ATC vector me directly into a mountain, and I got way too close, and if I didn't query up, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. So everybody makes mistakes. But we'll keep that in mind, Dan. But yeah, actually, speaking of, I was flying freight, single pilot. I was in a Chieftain at night going into Hayward, which is the airport just south of Oakland. And I was being vectored in. I couldn't get in because the clouds were low enough, so we had to do the loc approach. I needed it full. I needed the full loc. He gave me a vector out to it would have been to the south. I'm trying to think of it, the southwest cardinal direction-ish maybe. I think it was like a southwestern vector, basically going away from the approach because he was trying to sequence in some southwest traffic. So Oakland, very southwest heavy, right? And then at the time nobody cared about the freight runners coming in there in the middle of the night. So with the weather, all of the airliners were shooting the approaches into Oakland, and literally they have to stagger the approach because the Hayward approach is right underneath the Oakland approach. So he vectored me off of the approach for spacing for a Southwest jet to get in, and then he forgot about me. And I'm sitting there and I'm flying and I'm looking out the front of the Chieftain. And this is before EFBs, before I had any like digital map or anything, no GPS. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking like, man, that is just dark, just black in front of the airplane. And then my training kind of kicked on. It's like, man, I instructed and I taught everybody mountain flying at night. Mountains are black. There's no lights. So I queried the controller. I said, approach Amflight, whatever, we're 202. You still want me on that heading? And immediately when he keyed the mic, I heard the like the collision alarm or low alert alarm. There was an alarm going off, and he's like, Amflight, climb immediately, turn right, heading whatever, climb and maintain, expedite your climb. You got terrain at your 12 o'clock in like 2 miles. Like you could tell in his voice, and I immediately, that was one of the times where, you know, you're supposed to power up right to left. So mixtures first, props first, and then the power. I just grabbed the whole freaking quadrant, rammed it forward, everything forward, and I just started pitching up. And I went back and checked my track on FlightAware. I got a screenshot of it somewhere on like one of my old phones. I'll have to see, but I got way too close. So, but it was definitely sketch. And he's like, "Are you climbing, Amflight? Are you climbing? Amflight, turn right, give me another heading." And I'm just freaking like balls to the wall climbing out. Luckily, it was pretty empty. Coming back from that run, I actually was almost 100% empty. Because that was when you came back on that particular route. I think I would start in Reading, and I would drop stuff from Reading. I would drop a lot of it off in SAC, and then SAC exec, I'd pick up some stuff, but it was only like envelopes, pretty light load, and then I would go into Hayward. But a Nokia Photo 240p, yeah, something like that. So you always gotta, if you have that hair, that wild hair starts sticking up on the back of your neck, always ask, always clarify, because everybody makes mistakes. So if something doesn't seem quite right, just ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. Can you give ATC a number to call? Tutco, actually, you can request to, yeah, you absolutely can. You'd be like, you can request a number to talk about something on the phone. Absolutely. It works both ways. But generally it's the other way around. But yeah, you can tell them to mark the tapes. So if there's like a discrepancy, you can be like, hey, I need you to mark that tape when we talk about this on the ground. So they can mark it, and then you can query them after and talk to them. They can go over all that stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Do you ever have to argue with ATC about the instructions? I wouldn't say argue. Argue is not the right word. Query is definitely the right word. Now, the controller in Miami the other night, I've got a little spicy. But I only got spicy because he got pretty rude with the first officer, and the FO did nothing wrong. Basically, long story short, we were told to go somewhere because we had a reroute. So we go there, we get our reroute, we call. The FO calls like 2 or 3 times. Nothing, no response. So we wait a few more minutes, right? And the guy is busy, I get it. So he calls when there's a break in the radio, and the guy basically just says, stand by, I'm busy. Can't you tell I'm busy right now? What are you doing? Just like that. So, okay. So we sit there. Sat there for like 20 minutes. And then I finally keyed up, and I was like, I got it. So then I was like, ground, blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you want? I'm like, can't we taxi? I was like, well, where are you? I'm like, we're in wherever we're, the pad short of Juliet, ready to taxi. We got to reroute. And it's like, oh, well, you should have called. I'm like, and then, yeah, it went on a little bit. I'm not going to fully get into it. Someone's going to find me on VAST, but yeah. It made me frustrated, because here's the thing: if you're going to be a dick on the radio, you better be right. That's kind of the rule. Like, if you're snarky on the radio and you're wrong, then just own up to it. But this guy was being rude, and he's like, he completely forgot about us. So, and it's not like we're sitting there, stepping on everybody trying to get a word in. It's just we waited. Put that on a T-shirt. Like the customer's ATC always right? No, it's not, Aaron. It's not. Spill the tea. As a Brit, this offends me. Mississippi. Oh, my man. All right, can we go direct Vomar yet? We're still 100, not at 160. I want to go direct Vomar. I want to direct.
Merida Center, Viva 2203,
Viva.
flight level 370.
Volaris 104, Merida Center, expect Zudon 1 Alpha, runway 12 right. Expect Zudon 1 Alpha, runway 12 right, Volaris 104.
They need to have them speaking in Spanish.
Viva 2203, Merida Center, radar contact.
Dude, this Merida Center guy, I swear it's recorded from a real Merida Center guy. Listen, I've done a bunch of these turns this month. He sounds familiar. Not just because he has an accent. I mean, like, the tone of his voice sounds very familiar. It's right on. Do you ever communicate straight with another aircraft? Sometimes, when we're relaying a message. So maybe air traffic control loses them because maybe that aircraft is at a lower altitude in a certain sector. They don't have good coverage. They'll ask us to overlay. So yeah, I've overlaid or tried to raise another aircraft on a frequency. Yeah, but that's the only time you'll talk to another airplane on frequency, really. Doing an overlay for air traffic control. My only issue with bats, I feel like they talk super slow. You know what, Sandman? I don't know if that can be modified, because what I've noticed, I do agree with you. In some of the instructions, they do seem slow, but I've also heard instructions where they're super fast. So I don't know if it's like trying to simulate a workload for the controller. But if there would be a way to kind of increase the speed a little bit by default, I think it would be kind of the home run speed. But here's the thing, going down into Merida, any like non-native English-speaking countries, you do want to speak slow. You want to speak slow, speak clear, try to be as standard as you can be. Nothing drives me nuts. Like, we'll be cruising down here. So when you check on with Merida, when you're coming across the GOMEX routes, you check on with your altitude and your squawk. If, depending on it, they don't really want the squawk anymore, but then the GOMEX is not a good example, but let's just pretend. So if you check on, or let's say you're over the waters route, you check on with your altitude, your squawk code, and your call sign, right? And I'll hear this, I'll hear someone check on and be like, hey, it's American 357 at 250. It's like, what? No, this is Merida, American 357, level 390, or level 250, squawk 2346. Like, that would be a proper check on. I'm pretty sure BAT modifies the speed randomly per controller to keep things less robotic. That would make sense, Dan, because, like I said, I've heard varying speeds. Can you text like in VATSIM? Friction Mafia, you can click. So I have another, there's a screen where you can click. I can say call ready for descent, request this, request that.
104, descend to flight level
You can text, or not text, but you can click your request on.
Volaris 104.
You can also turn on auto respond and auto tune, so you don't have to respond. You can have the first officer respond and tune the radio, which actually, I mean, that is pretty cool. Now we should probably start thinking about. All right, I'm going to request Vomar now. Maybe. Let's see. Are we inside of 160? Merida Center, Cactus 357.
Merida Center, Cactus 357, go ahead.
Cactus 357, request direct Vomar.
Cactus 357, confirm direct to Vomar.
So that's very confusing. Affirmative, request present position direct Vomar, Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, roger, clear direct to Vomar.
Clear direct Vomar, Cactus 357. See, that is a very sneaky way to get in trouble. So a big thing about phraseology, clear direct to Vomar is not necessarily the right way to say that. Now, I know what ATC is doing here, right? But you can get in trouble. Clear direct Vomar doesn't necessarily mean cleared present position direct. Now, I asked present position direct Vomar, then the controller says proceed direct Vomar. Okay, you can kind of confirm that. Now, let me tell you, if this exact same scenario, what you just heard, let's rewind that and play it real world at night over the mountains of South America. I would have said, instead of just turning right now, I would say confirm present position direct Vomar, because the phraseology, especially down south, when they just say direct to, they're insinuating that as a clearance limit, meaning stay on your route, and that's your fix that you're going. You can't go past that fix. This is a big one. We just talked about Bogota. Bogota does this all the time. You know, clear direct to El Dorado doesn't mean present position direct El Dorado VOR. It means stay on your route, clear direct to El Dorado. That's as far as I've got a clearance for you. Once you get closer, we'll give you an approach. We'll give you an arrival off of El Dorado. If they say cleared present position direct El Dorado, okay, now we're talking. So they that's a very sneaky one. That's actually cost people their lives before. What was it? Wasn't American. It was there was a crash down in South America because of that very similar scenario. They said proceed direct to. The crew took it as present position direct, not what they were supposed to do, and they ended up hitting terrain. That is very confusing. Aren't there international standards for phraseology? And Bosco, and correct, and there is that. So the ICAO standard, Bosco, is present position direct Vomar. That is how you say it, and but it's real life, man. People get shorthand. People make shortcuts, and we got to be very careful, especially when you're operating in those parts of the world where the language barrier is very much a threat to what's happening. So yeah, we try to be as standard as possible, and we're aware of it, but absolutely that is the standard. That's why you want to emphasize that. But you come up into the US, nobody says cleared. I say nobody. It's very rare you get cleared present position direct to Peanuts for the Barry arrival into DFW. Like, you don't hear that. It's just a Cactus 357 direct clear direct Peanuts.
American 2536, contact Cancun approach 124.7.
Yes, it was the Cali Columbia 75. Yeah, you're right.
124.7.
All right, it's time to do some work.
2536.
All right, let's do some work, chat. Let's bring up the sounds. We got to get ready for our arrival. Where's my sim? There it is. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get rid of you. Get rid of you. Gosh, the lighting. I know I've said this so many times, but the lighting in the sim right now, this is real time, like how I've been doing these flights. The light intensity is 100% accurate to what it feels like to fly this route at this exact time. Crazy good. All right, let's go ahead and let's pull some weather here. So Cancun, I'm just going to do it this way for this one. Let's refresh you. Cancun weather, 100 at 37 miles scattered. will be the ILS 12 left X-ray. So next phase, descent, we're not going to come down at 340. Let's just set 310. 78, 310 on the descent. And environmentals 100 at 3 and 30 odd 6. Temperature down there is 8, what? No. 33 degrees. Nice and warm. So we're coming down the Vomar 1 Alpha, 12 left X-ray approach into Cancun. Off of Vixie, so we got to descend via Vomar 280, max 280. Vixie at 4,000, that's a hard altitude. ILS X-ray, I believe, is the one. Yep, that's the one we want. So it's got the Yankee and Zulu. We don't do those because the X-ray is connected off of Vixie. Vixie 4,000, 110.7, 250 in the Barrow. On the Prague page, we'll put MMUN here. Nothing to hard tune, rad nav. Spam call right now. Man, we get spam calls all day. We'll just copy the active, have it in the backup. Constraint mode's on. Let's go ahead and step through this. Vomar 230, 280, 260. That looks all good. All the way down. See how it links up perfectly. Beautiful. There's no weather down there. We'll leave terrain on ND. That's fine. We'll do manual brakes, full flaps, full reverse. We'll exit at... I have default Cancun because my last Cancun just didn't work out, guys. So you have to bear with me. We're pulling a full flap sim on this. We'll take Alpha 3 Delta, hopefully. I actually have no idea. We have BAT TC. I have no idea what they're going to give. So we won't brief the taxi route. This is a topic of discussion, too, where... there's a group of pilots that agree you should brief the taxi route, and then there's a group of pilots that believe you shouldn't brief the taxi route because you're going to set yourself up for confirmation bias. I will tell you, I think I'm beginning to lean more in the court of I don't brief taxi route. Now, what I will brief is a hot spot. So let's say we were going to land 12 right, and, you know, I'm planning on getting off at this intersection. Chat, why did the power just flicker in the office? Are we still live?
Center, Volaris 632, flight level 300.
Power just flickered in the office.
Volaris 632, Merida Center identified.
We're still live, right? Yeah, okay. Suspect. Now, so I'll brief the hotspots, but I don't brief taxi routes anymore because you set yourself up for confirmation bias. You know, I say, you know, we're going to Terminal 3. So it'll either be Alpha 3 Delta, or maybe they'll have us go around the long way. I'm not sure. Now, experience will tell you if you've done it, like, you know, I've done this turn so many times this month. Yeah, it's Alpha 3 Delta, Terminal 3. And ground will tell you your gate anyway because there's a conversion. They have weird. So international arrivals in Cancun, they have different gate numbers than the domestic gates, even though it's the same physical gate. So we just wait for an assignment from ground when they'll tell us when we're coming up over on Delta. But yeah, I think the briefing of specific taxi routes is setting you up for confirmation bias. So I think having an idea, you're coming into a place like DFW, you'll probably get an Echo Sierra route, or you might get the Echo route. Have an idea where those are. Have an idea where the standard taxi routes are. So you can look them up, like, Cactus 347, 18 left bridge. So that's a taxi instruction. So spot 49 where we came out of today, if they get the 18 left bridge route, you have to know where that is. You have to look that up, and it's going to be a left turn it's going to be a right turn Bravo bridge up all the way to 18 left. But that's in a written spot on the back of the 10-9s. So I've kind of leaned more in that court of not briefing specific instructions or specific routes. All right, everything's still live. YouTube is says it's not having a good encoding situation, but everything else seems to be working. All right, we are just about ready to start down. 182 miles, 1357Z. That's 30 minutes out. 20 minutes out. We'll make a little announcement here. Ladies and gentlemen, like that. Just getting ready to start our initial descent down into Cancun. Should have you on the ground here just about 20-25 minutes. Weather in Cancun, it's a nice morning. It's little bit warm. Temperatures hovering right about 90 degrees. Calm winds, clear skies. I got some scattered rain showers in the forecast for later on this afternoon. Pretty standard this time of year for Cancun. Seatbelt sign will be coming on here real soon. Once it does, remain on for the duration of the flight. I do ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely after good. Once again, I conclude U.S. Airways and welcome to Cancun. Flight attendants, please prepare for arrival. It's the GTA graphics pulling all the juice. Have I tried career mode on your own time? I haven't on my own time, Friction Mafia. I've been wanting to get back into career mode, especially since I want that F406 in career mode, man. We're gonna sell the farm and fly the F406 in career mode. Kip on the ground, my man. How you doing, dude? How you doing, Kip? I've been seeing you. This sounds bad, but hey, we weren't. We were still boarding. We were delayed, but I did tune into a Kip on the ground stream when I was sitting in the cockpit the other day. We were delayed, waiting on maintenance. Oh, we had FOD ingestion on one of our engines, so I'm just sitting up there messing around. I got a notification that Kip on the ground went live. So I was watching Kip from the flight deck. Howdy, boss. Late to the party as usual. What's going on, Dougal? How you doing, my man? Dougal, we're trying out some AI ATC today, man. It's been interesting. It's been kind of fun, man. I'll be honest with you. It's been kind of fun. Your PC is sick of streaming a 10-month-old Phoenix with no updates. They just had an update that will give gate assignments and will trigger GSX to activate that gate. Virtual United Pilot, really? For is that for what? For BATC or for say intentions? I'm gonna look at some YouTube videos of say intention because I like I said haven't even seen any videos of it. Jeff Fabiano sold me on Beyond ATC when he did his caravan flight, so that's why we're rocking it today. But I'll keep snooping around.
Cactus 357,
Nope.
Merida Center. Expect Omar 1 Alpha, runway 12 left.
Expect to have Omar 1 Alpha, runway 12 left, Cactus 357. I love it, man. The AI ATC has been approved. Would love to see you try the free 24-hour period say intention gives you for comparison. No, so they give you a free 24 hours? All right, Flight Sim guy. I might. Tyson, correct. Yeah, my first suggestion to Beyond ATC is if you're coming in, if you're in Merida Center, they got to get the correct. I only really hear it in Merida. I don't think I've heard it in Mazatlan. I don't know if it might just be a Merida Center thing. I wonder if they can tune that. Correct. The BATC lady voice sounds like she's trying to sell me something. What? Oh, man. Real life scheduling check, standby. Oh, I bet you that's why my YouTube is freaking out. I've got 42 different tabs open right now. It's just not good. Chrome is cooking everything. Let's see, real life scheduling check, nothing doing there. Who dat? Thumper, the $5 super chat, my man. Thank you for the support, dude. Says, I have both the Beyond ATC and Say Intentions. Appreciate BAT ATC protocols. Say Intentions doesn't really keep you on proper protocols. I do appreciate the PDC feature for Say Intentions, though. All right, Thumper. Hey, well, thank you for the $5 super chat. That is and that's also that's a great piece of information for both of those AI programs, man. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. We'll take a look into it here. I don't know how landing is done. I will, full disclosure, I have not done a landing or approach or anything with Beyond ATC yet. This is as far as I've ever gotten. I tried it to make sure I got it running.
Omar 1 Alpha, runway 12 left. Report ready for descent.
That's actually pretty true. Sometimes they give you that. Cactus 357 will report ready for descent. Yeah, I think. Is that what he wants to hear? I don't know. Or 20 miles out.
Cactus 357, descent to flight level 230.
Doesn't care. Descend to flight level 230, Cactus 357. All right, 23, he gave it to us. Mach Des, 23 blue, down we go.
Wings 1336, you were assigned flight level 350.
Uh-oh, Spiritual
I
Wings.
show you a flight level 339er, climb to flight level 350.
Spiritual Wings is not doing it right.
Wilco, climb to flight level 350. Spirit Wings 1336.
Wow, even says Wilco? Wow. See, it's little things like that. I'm like, okay, that pretty cool. Zach, take it easy, man. I'll see you on the next one, Zach. Back in the Aerostar. Jet A1, 18 months support. Appreciate you. Good name, dude. Hey, Captain, I don't chat much, but YouTube but thank you for your streams. Hey, Jet A1, appreciate you, man. Thank you for the 18 months of support. What about JP5? Well, you got to be Jet A1? No. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Glad you enjoyed the content, dude. Is that Gus in the Spiritual Wings? It probably is, Andre. Tiger Dude, what's up, man? I finally got a new ramp agent job. Ooh, I'm more nervous than excited, though. Ah, man, don't be nervous. I remember you talking about that before, right? No need to be nervous, man. It sounds like a ramp job would be pretty fun. As long as it's not 900 degrees outside. Vectoring used to be hit or miss. It's gotten better. All right, we'll keep an eye on it, Sam, man. We'll keep an eye on it. Time for more meetings, Tyson. Take it easy, bud. I really hope there is interaction like JFK Tower and Ground Kennedy Steve with tugs calling. Well, Thomas Ray, the other interaction that I heard was pretty cool was when I was doing the first test sector. I basically got my clearance and took off and then alt forward. But when I was lining up on the runway, I heard him issue a Delta go-around on the parallel, which was pretty cool. And then the Delta pilot was like, all right, we'll talk to you here in another minute or something like that. Like it seemed very real, and that kind of threw me off. I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Can you show me how to do an offset when you're at cruise? Yeah, so you come down here, you're going to select offset, and you're going to select L5, and then, it's out of range. Was it R5 or 5 left? Well, I don't think we can do it right now because we're on the arrival. Or is it -5? This is a Thales box, dude. It's all jacked up. Our box is way better. I forget how to do it in Thales. It does offset though. We did it before on the comparison stream. The Honeywell box is way better. You can pick an entry and exit point and to intercept and all that stuff. But yeah, you just hit L1 offset, put in your deviation left or right. BATC has a tendency to stack traffic pretty tight, so go-arounds are common. Nice. Fubar, my man, says, I love V1 streams, and so does my credit card company. So many good products showcased. Fubar, what's up, dude? Thank you for the support, man. I see the V1. You basically just reached V1 status, man. I don't even know what to call that emoji. 55-year supporter on the channel. Appreciate you, Fubar. Well, and here's the thing. This is it should be clear again. I know we got some more people watching than when we started. I am not sponsored by BATC. I did send them an email yesterday, inquiring about it if they had, because I didn't know how the pricing worked. I didn't know once I found out you could just buy the base level and you still have all the stuff of the program is the same. I think you just get like some additional features with the higher price thing. Like Discord stuff, which I don't really care about, and a couple other experimental things, which I don't really care about at this time. Once I figured that out, I was like, okay, I'll just buy the $25 version. But it's been fun. I wonder, is there a way to fly on multiplayer to run BATC with multiplayer? Probably not, huh? Probably not. Yeah, you put 5 left. Yeah, you put L5 or 5. You put L5 or L5, Jason. Tajales. Yeah, sorry, I know. Tajales. Yeah, back with you for another go, Thomas. Yeah, it's little phrases like that just make me go, huh, sounds pretty good. No, incorrect. In case of single engine fire, when do we do after takeoff flow? Is it after Latin VFR MCT? Oh, lever MCT. when we do have after takeoff flow. After takeoff is when you reach the status page, the after takeoff checklist. So, but that's going to be SOP dictated. We're getting a little bit hot here on the descent. So, V1 engine failure. All right, continue flying. Rotate, positive rate, gear up, select heading, manage nav, or comply with your EO SID. Wait till 400 feet, then you start doing the ECAM. So you're doing the ECAM at 400 feet, pilot monitoring, start doing the ECAM. Engine 1 fire, confirm engine 1 fire push button, confirm, push it, boom. Engine 1 thrust lever idle, confirm thrust lever 1 idle. Then you would, as you're approaching green dot speed, stop ECAM. Then you would you select speed, climb up, and then at that point I think you do the checklist, or like your checklist. I don't know, it's SOP dictated. Ask me in another week after I come back from training. But yeah, it's not till after you comply with that. Actually, it's when you get to the status page. Or it's stop ECAM flap 0. That's what it is. Stop ECAM flap 0, because you're still in takeoff flaps, right? Okay, flap 0. And then continue ECAM. And then so you're working through the ECAM. You get through the ECAM procedure for the fire, right? Then it's going to bring you to the status page. Once you see the status page, there is no other option, at least in our SOP now, there's no other proper phrase than stop ECAM. When you get to the status page, you stop ECAM. Now this is when you consider after takeoff checklist. Are there any OEBs to consider? Are there any system resets to consider? Anything of that nature. If there are no other things to do when you hit that status page, then you continue ECAM. And then you would go to the COM or whatever it is, QRH, whatever it is, you have to do additional things with. But we're going to be, hey, if you want more information on that, Shiraz, you stick around, man. I'm going to the sim first week of August. And so we're going to be doing some real-world training.
Cactus 357, descend to 10,000 feet, altimeter 3006.
Send a 10,000 feet, Cactus 357. All right, thrust idle, descent 10,000. I'll tell you what, let's make life easy. Let's select speed. Let's pull for open. Thrust idle, open, descent 10,000 is blue. Down we go. Will coast us. Does it fly wonky IRL with one engine on climb out? Actually, it doesn't, man. Airbus is pretty good. It's pretty good. Correct. We don't get to it until well after the ECAM when we are most of the way through our QRH. Is that why you guys leave the gear down when you lose an engine out of Vegas? What the hell was up with that, man? Thing was wild, climbing out with the gear down, single engine. That'd be the first thing I'd do. That's the worst. I mean, every time I take off out of Vegas, I'm like, man, really don't want to test the performance numbers on this one. I really don't want to. I know the book says we can do it. I know Aerodata says we can do it.
JetBlue 1329, contact Kennedy, approach 122.905.
Contact Kennedy, approach 122.905, JetBlue 1329.
I'd rather lose an engine out of LaGuardia probably than Vegas, if I'm being honest with you. Freaking Vegas is like summertime. If I had an option, hey, you're going to lose an engine at V1 either in Vegas, LaGuardia. Give me LaGuardia every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Because I swear, climbing out in Vegas with two engines, I'm like, how is this thing supposed to climb on one engine? Like, they've been some hot days this year, man. Sully did, and he had to go for a swim. That's true. All right, we're out of 19.4. We'll get the seatbelt sign on. Flight attendants, please prepare for arrival. It'd be cool if we had the FS Labs thing right there, you know. All right, it's coming through transition. Magic Barrel Ref 3003 set once, twice, and thrice. Here, that'll make Matthew happy. I hope they add more realistic call sign phrasing on Beyond ATC. Call sign... What do you mean, Thomas Ray? So, Mafia, apparently the latest update worked a lot on VRAM optimizations. So the last update that FS Labs published today, I believe, was on the experimental. Now, I haven't, like I said, I'm not going to revisit the FS Labs until they drop the Pratt & Whitney. Then we'll revisit, but it seems like they made some more headway today. As long as Beyond ATC never adds with you, we are good. True, Fubar. Someone tell me, does Say Intention use with you? If Say Intentions uses with you, I'm not going to check it out. How long are you in the sim per day when you go to training? 4-hour blocks. So it's a 6-hour brief, hour debrief. It's a 6-hour block with a 4-hour sim block. And that 4-hour sim block, it's 2 hours, you know, doing one thing. We take a break, 2 hours, do something else. Yes, Adam, I am using Beyond ATC. Today's the first day ever using Beyond ATC. Dougal says, I keep running out of VRAM in 2024. 3080 Ti with 12 gigs. Dougal, have you used Auto FPS, Auto LOD? I would suggest that first. And then, what are you running at? Well, you probably fly in Heathrow a lot, right? What's your resolution? Set texture resolution to medium, like Tutko says. You should be able to at least fly with 3080 Ti, man, with 12 gigabytes. You should be able to be flying around, not running out of VRAM. Now, you're not going to be able to crank the settings up. But Auto FPS, Auto LOD, I would do that first. Crank that LOD down when you're on the ground. Because when you're on the ground, you don't need an LOD more than 50. The thing with Say Intentions is it's also other live people recordings too, so there are with yous. Oh, really? Ooh, yeah, AJ, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, AJ. So what you say is being recorded and added to a database? Is that how it's working, AJ? Can you opt out of it? That seems a little sussy. Say Intentions is fastly getting dead to me. 2024 performance is good with all up AMD. Hey man, knock on wood, AMD has been kicking 2024's rear end for me. It was a little rocky when I first started because I didn't do a DDU wipe and I switched from a NVIDIA GPU to an AMD GPU and that caused issues. But once I did a DDU wipe, AMD has been pretty darn good. Last I used Say Intentions, you could literally say anything to it and it assumes you said the right thing, including your entire IFR readback. Really, Kip? And their devs acted like it wasn't expected to enforce any readbacks. Oh. Yeah, see, I'm not interested in that, man. I'm not interested in something to just add busy work. I want something that's going to keep me on track and kind of give me instruction and give me a little bit more of a sense of immersion. And like I said, the immersion hit for me really is around ground ops, because I'll be honest with you, I could care less about switching frequencies and cruise. Like, I'm glad to have the auto option for that. But like, this is what I'm interested in right here. This is my first experience, so we'll see what happens. But coming into, we got to slow to 250 here. Coming into Cancun with other AI traffic, leaving Dallas with AI traffic was pretty cool. This is what I'm interested in here. Dougal says, I just switched to AMD 98X3D from an i9. Nice.
Contact Cancun approach 124.7.
124.7, Cactus 357. So, yep. Is that going to bother him that I said, I guess not. That's good. Correct. I need those correct in there. Cancun approach, Cactus 357, leveling 10,000.
Cactus 357 Cancun approach, altimeter 3006. Expect the ILS X-ray runway 12 left with the Vixie transition.
We'll expect ILS X-ray 12 left, Vixie transition for Cactus 357. He said 30-6. I'm going with the current sim setting.
Altimeter 3006.
Ah, he wants me to say that too? Altimeter 3006, Cactus 357. So you shouldn't have to respawn the altimeter, but here we go. We're coming through 10,000 feet. We're going to leave the lights in normal mode here.
Cactus 357, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Cactus 357. All right, down to 4, thrust throttle open, descent, speed brakes out. We need to slow to 220 for the next fix. Here we go. You're always left high and fast in Cancun. That is also true. That is also true. Left high and fast. I was followed last week by a Speedbird 357 on VATSIM. Ooh. Yeah, the 357 call sign needs to represent, you know, on VATSIM, because I'll no longer be on it. So real life, they got this like boat thing going on here, but right here, it'd be cool to see boat traffic. This is default Cancun, man, because I've tried payware Cancun and it just doesn't work right for me, which is a shame because in 2020. Whatever Cancun scenery I had was amazing. Now I don't. Now I tried it and it just got stuck and VRAM'd me out and gave me issues. So we're using default. The BATC devs have been great, with one exception being their view on multiplayer support. What's their view on it? That they can't do it? I don't understand. I don't know how it would work, to be honest with you. Toothco, because I don't know. I don't know their logic of their AI traffic, and then how would other traffic. I don't know. It would be cool if you could have multiple real players, but then you're now broadcasting. They'd have to have some way that your transmission is being broadcasted to everybody else's. I don't know. MacOSim, yeah, MacOSim is what I had. Multiplayer would be so good, but they don't want to make it cost more, $30 one time. Well, you know what they could do, Kip, because you're right. What if they made that premium version, like the $60 version, have multiplayer support? You know, so that way main people would be... But Tuco, that's what I'm saying. I could see the privacy being an issue because you're basically broadcasting to everybody else, and who knows what's going to be said on that, right? Because there's not a real controller. So how are they going to? We're freaking higher in a van full of hippies here. How are they going to control what other people are saying? So I don't know. I kind of agree with they might have a problem with that. Do I fly for U.S. Air? Yeah, man. Yeah, I fly for U.S. Airways. U.S. Airways, baby. All right, 220 at 4,000, coming up on 1,000 to level off here. They wouldn't have to carry it over, other players' voice, just the transcriptions. But then that wouldn't be cool. I mean, then I wouldn't really care about it. I would want to hear other players' voices, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a slippery slope. I would need to know more. I'd rather not deal with all the morons on multiplayer. Well, there's another point, right? Like, if you want straight multiplayer and identity theft, just sign up for VATSIM, you know?
Cactus 357, cleared direct VIXI, cross VIXI at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS X-ray runway 12 left.
This is freaking awesome. All right. Cleared direct VIXI, cross VIXI at or above 4,000. Cleared ILS X-ray 12 left, Cactus 357. That's too funny, man. All right, we're cleared approach, chat, so we're going to do this. I'm not going to arm it until we get there. You know what's funny, though? I literally got a clear direct VIXI as we were passing Adler the other day, and I said, I was like, oh, well, that's a great direct. You know, we're already in the turn to VIXI. Just go figure. All right, but VIXI at 4,000. 4,000 is set. We need our LS push buttons on. I'm not going to arm it until we get up a little bit closer. Yeah, the accents, Andy B. I love it, man. Shoot. I will say the number one thing I miss about VATSIM is the South America controllers, man. Those guys were awesome. Mexico, Bogota, any controller south of the border on VATSIM was just awesome. What's the reason for not arming now? We're just a little ways out. We're 24 miles out, and you could. There's really no restriction, Luke, about arming it right now. I mean, you could do it. But sometimes, and this is just my real-world experience coming into Cancun, if you arm it early out here at 20 miles on the Loke, sometimes she kind of hunts a little bit when you're tracking inbound. So I wait till we're inside of 505, and then I'll arm it up. Also, I'm going to step down here to 3,000. So there is nothing wrong with arming it. It's just a technique. And again, some of the techniques, they come from experience of flying into the same airport over and over again. So you kind of learn the little nuances. Same thing with Lauderdale, man. I won't arm the approach going into Fort Lauderdale until we are inside like 15 or 12 miles, because I've actually seen the aircraft turn opposite direction to go grab the Loke, and there's parallels in Lauderdale, and it's just too much. It's like it's not going to go over and cross all the way across to the parallel runway. I just don't like turning the wrong direction in any part of flight if I can help it, right? And Lauderdale is one where I've seen it do that. Cancun, I've seen it do it. So it's these little nuanced airports where I'm like, I'm just going to wait to arm it up. Jeff Fabiano, what's up, man? Dude, Jeff, I'm using BATC because of your caravan flight, man. Frickin' runner, Freight Runners Express over here. Yeah, man. And it's been fun, dude. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. So, all right, I'm going to set up 210. Let's go ahead and extend flaps 1, speed checks flaps 1. We'll bring up the full screen cam here. Let's put the vertical stream up into something. Oh my gosh, I had the vertical stream chat box hidden. My apologies. Fernando, it'd be cool if they could set it up to go with a group flight on their friends. There you go. Yeah. Oh, you know, a group flight option would definitely be an option. You know, get the $60 package and have a group flight option. Schedule alert. Checking. We're on approach. You guys have control. Ooh, nope. Can't do that one either, man. Everybody's dropping trips on my week of training. Unacceptable. All right. 15 miles out, so let's go ahead and arm it up, right? Glide slope blue, Loke blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2. I'm going to slow to 180 knots. Sounds are coming up. And let's run flight recorder 2. DFE next -10 flaps 2. Here we go. Speed checks flaps 2. All right, activate, confirm. VAP 136, 250. We're looking good. I haven't tried say intentions yet, mainly because I like things simple, and there's a lot with that program under the hood that seems daunting. We were just talking about it, Jeff, and there's some things that I'm not too keen on either, just from what I've been told. But there are some people that seem to be really into it, so I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it. I'll let Jeff figure it out. If Jeff streams it, then I'll see. Let Jeff test it out for us. I can't do the shorts, man. I watched your 360 flight, part of it. I couldn't do it, man. That panel, my retinas. I've got to go get my medical in August, and I can't be damaging my retinas. So the sounds are great, and I know it flies well, but my goodness. All right, glide slope star, go around altitude is 3,000. Go around altitude, set 3,000 blue. We gotta go to tower here soon.
357, contact Cancun Tower 118.1. Bye bye.
118.1, Cactus 357. Bye bye. Bon dia. I love it, man. I freaking love it. That's so real. That's so real. Cancun Tower, Cactus 357, ILS, X-ray 12 left.
wind 100 at 3, runway 12 left, clear to land.
Runway 12 left, clear to land, Cactus 357.
2,500.
It's freaking real life, Chad. I don't know why I like it. It's just, I think I like it because I'm so impressed by the little, like, little nuances. Bye-bye. Bon dia. Da-da, da-da. Beyond ATC really makes it easy to learn the procedures with their cheat sheet they give you. I think it helps new pilots for VATSIM. Yes, and that was the first thing I said, Jeff. Was like, I think this is going to be a home run for the people that want to get on VATSIM, Pilot Edge, IVEO, but they're a little bit nervous for the for talking on the radio. This is 100% going to be a fantastic training tool for them. Buen dia? Buen dia, my bad. It's buen dia, yeah. Buen dia, buen dia, buen dia. V-next flap 3. Oh, shoot, recording. Recording is on. Flaps full landing checklist. Cabin crew advised auto thrust speed. Auto brakes are off. ECAM memo landing all green. Landing checklist is complete. Here we go. Let's hand fly this sucker. Autopilot's off. Oh, I don't have it bound. Autopilot's off. I forgot to bind my new side stick. If there was only a good streamer that had a VATSIM training series, it's hard to make the training series when you're perpetually banned. Man, what is the Viz? 5 miles? 3 miles? Hazy though. This is real life, man. This is very real life. This is exactly what it's been looking like. It's probably what it's going to look like tomorrow too. 1,000 feet stable, clear to land. Maybe I do have a scenery installed. It does not look default. Godspeed on the frames, Chad. If the default is not installed, we might have issues here. This looks too realistic to be default here. Same cut in the trees. They need to trim the trees on the right side a little bit more, but that's pretty much exactly what it looks like. Just a little bit more tree trimming on the right.
200. Minimum.
Landing.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Oh, where are we going?
5.
Where are we going? Spoilers. Man, the BFU lands so much better. Reverse green. That wind went from straight headwind to a direct crosswind. 70 knots.
Cactus 357, exit right at Alpha 2.
Exit Alpha 2, Cactus 357. Ooh, it says expect gate whiskey 10.
Cactus 357, contact ground 121.0.
Contact ground 121.0, Cactus 357. Alright, I'm going to turn on auto respawn and this, because we got to stop. Alright. Hold on, I'm going to do the ATC thing first, because I got to get this going, and then we'll go. Cancun ground, Cactus 357, clear of 12 left.
Cactus 357, welcome to Cancun. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Cactus 357, parking gate whiskey 10.
Cactus 357, Gate Whiskey 10 taxi via Alpha, Echo 1.
Alpha.
Gate Whiskey 10 via Alpha, Echo 1, Cactus 357.
That's why we don't brief taxi routes, right? So we're going to Echo 1 today. So right turn. After lands. Alright, so minus the landing being a little bit sus there with the classic Microsoft wins. We were definitely legal. We didn't smash. We were legal, didn't smash. We just got it like I had a perfect flare and then, you know, freaking Microsoft decided to mess it up a little bit, but we're good. Trust me, it's only going to get better, chat. That approach always makes me think you're going to hit the trees. Yeah, they need to trim those trees down a little bit more. But that's what it looks like, man. You come right in, right through the cut there. I might have to try the Mako sim again. Alright, after landing checklist is complete. Flaps up, that's up. Did you guys start a timer? We'll let it go for another minute. And then we'll kill number 2. We'll single engine in. We're going to Gate Whiskey 10 via Echo 1. I like that it gave me a gate. It said to expect Gate Whiskey 10, so I said that. I guess I could have asked for a gate too. But the thing with Cancun is there's like, you got to decode it. There we go. I need the FO to give me progressive taxi. Yeah, this is default. This is 100% default. But I was impressed with the tower looked correct when we were coming in. The tower looked correct. Alright. Contrail says macro scenery 24 compatible. It says compatible, and I've loaded it before, but I've had issues, man. Like, it just... things get all messed up. Is this supposed to be Echo 1? No, I don't think Echo 1 is modeled. Oh, no, chat. Chat. Echo 1's not modeled on this scenery. Chat, we have a problem. I don't think Echo 1 is going to be modeled. Taxi line who? I know. Taxi's so much better with the BFU, dude. We're going to have to 4x4 through this. Click the pin icon. Click the pin icon in the BAT software. It shows what it sees for taxiways. Click the pin icon. Oh, wow. Dude, that is cool. How do I'm gonna have to show this. Hold on, let me when we get to the gate, chat, hang tight. If you this is cool. How do I maybe I can do it right now. Hold on. Let me know if we're about to go off the runway. Look at this. Here we go. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Now you can. No, you can't. Now you can. How do I make it bigger? I don't know if I can make it bigger for y'all. So like I clicked this little icon here. So this is what this is seeing for taxiways. So I guess you could verify with your scenery where to go. So this is where it's telling us to go. There's a WestJet over there. We used to park over here. Maybe this is... I know WestJet still parks over here. And then this is, you know, wind check, radio check, Alpha, Echo 1. So isn't that cool? So there's the thing. I'll hide that for now. But that's what I've been looking at. Maybe there is an Echo 1 down here. There might be. Hold on. Ah, there is. There is an Echo 1. We're good. We're good. BATC only sees your scenery data. Ah, so if you have a custom scenery, then it should see it, right, Tutco? That is pretty cool. This, man, BATC is winning points from me. And trust me, guys, I am the last person that I thought would ever say I either like or want or am interested in an AI ATC software program. I am the last person on the planet to think I would hear that from. That was going to put our wheel in the dirt, so we're going to stay over here. It's not AI, but it's semantics. That's semantics. Well, it's... Okay, yeah, you're right. It's not AI. Okay, whatever the hell it is, Tutco. Semantics. Where's Whiskey 1, though? I don't know. We're just going to park there. Is it going to yell at us? We got freaking lights that aren't here in real life, so we're just going to go through the lights because I want to see the landing. And it's 3 o'clock. I got to get... So there's a flare over here? We're in the land of Gustavo. Oh, we never started the APU. It's all right. We'll just do replay with the engines on. Screw it. We don't need a shutdown. So I approve. Earl Lincoln, I tell you what, I've had 2 departures and 1 full flight with BATC, and I approve. For now. It doesn't replace anything either because you can either just fire it up on Unicom and close it. If you get pinged by a controller, you can start mid-flight. Oh, so you could use Beyond ATC to supplement being on a network. That's another great hole to fill. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay. All right, let's watch the replay, and then let's get out of here. So first off, let me see what our landing rate was. Let's pull up our landing rate scenario here. We'll end the flight. Review.
Polaris 104, Gate Whiskey 1 taxi via Charlie 5, Alpha Charlie Delta Bravo, Echo 1.
A 200 at 1G? It gave me a 200 at 1G.
Charlie 5 Alpha, Charlie, Delta, Bravo, Echo 1, Polaris 104.
I love it. All right, we'll close BATC. BATC is closed. Let's watch the replay. I agree with Kit, man. Nobody needs hallucinating AI for ATC purposes. BATC is solid. 100% solid on the flight today, man. It felt 100% solid. Flaps are coming out. We're going to rearm the spoilers, get this back up into the auto thrusting D10. Gears coming down. This is a funny emoji. Ever say it? Yeah, that's my boomer emoji, man. Errol Lincoln. So there's 2 purchasing options. I think it's like $26 and $55, somewhere in there. The more expensive option doesn't really give you any more functionality of the system, other than you get some more stuff like testing stuff, some you get Discord stuff, which I really don't need. I don't think I need anyway. So I just bought the base version, whatever it was. I want to say it was $25, right around there, right around 25 US. For what I experienced today, I was impressed. And it's not the fact that we have an ATC system. I mean, we've had an ATC system since FSX, okay? But it's the nuances. It's the little phrases that happen, like, all right, we'll talk to you in a bit, or we'll see you on the go, or like when that Delta went around. It's the spiritual wings that wasn't at the proper altitude, had to climb proper altitude. It's the have a good day, or bye-bye. It's the accents. It's those little details that are kind of floated into the software that really kind of push it to another level of of ATC programs, which I never thought I'd be interested in, but I gotta tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also like the auto function at cruise. If you want to have, I mean, you could probably turn it off in cruise if you want to, but you just turn the FO auto respond. Yeah, I'm using premium voices, Jeff. Yep, using premium voices. If you want to use the auto respond and have the FO tune the radios for you, that was a cool feature, especially going into high traffic. What we're going to have to do the next time I'm going to stream with it is we're going to take a slower airplane like a Caravan or a Starship or something, and we're going to take it somewhere where it would typically be busy, and I want to see how it goes. So that'll be the plan for the next BATC stream. Let's see how we landed it. Oh, come on. That was so close to being perfect. What? A 200? Let's see this. Hold on. Chat, we were so close to having the butter of butters here. Look at this. Oh, come on. Wind shift. I tell you what, I have had some wind shifts IRL here in Cancun. I will also tell you that you're going to have to learn how to land a Phoenix again, probably, I think. So I've been told that the BFU is going to change how you land. So just keep that in mind. That was a floaty one, but 100% legal. Yeah, see, we floated. I don't know why we gained out to. Just hold it off. I have had some floaty ones in Cancun, so this is pretty much on brand for me to float one out there. Yeah, I've been told that it lands differently with the BFU. It's a 320 floaty IRL. Max Caldwell, It can be, right? Situations are situational. You have high energy, you yank back on the stick, you will float. And like I've been saying, I've had some floaters in Cancun this month. You know, I have landed right about here, actually. Not that far off centerline, though, goodness. I have landed towards that last runway stripe in Cancun this month, just because I've had some high energy floaters. So it can be. It could also fall out of the sky. Just depends. Winds must have been calm. They were, AJ. Also, with Microsoft, the trees really matter with the wind flow unrealistically at times. Yes, you know what? That makes sense, right? Because everything seems stable, and then you get below the trees, and once you get below the trees, the wind completely shifts on you, right? So we had a nice quartering headwind, and it just shifted to a straight crosswind gust, like right here. Oh, schedule alert. Yes, we got a big gust of wind, and then like a big crosswind. And we put her down. Anyway, hold on. Let me do a schedule alert check here. What do we got going on? 6th of August again. Nope, I don't want that, dude. I can't do any of that. 15 different spam calls. Ooh, 1st of August. Ooh. Yes, add, chat. A Raleigh-Durham turn on the 1st of August, please. Probably not going to get it, but we tried. All right. That's all she wrote for me, y'all. I'm going to sign it off there. I've got the father-in-law coming in town. He's actually probably on approach right now into DFW. So I'll give you one full replay. BATC, I don't know if they'll ever see this video, but if they ever do, if you want to link it to them, tell them I congratulate them. I'm impressed, and I look forward to doing more BATC flights. I actually do. So appreciate you all hanging out with me this afternoon. A little impromptu stream here on Schedule Mayhem Day. It's always a pleasure to hang out with the diehard supporters of the channel. So you guys have been awesome. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I'm going to do this exact flight tomorrow. Landing challenge. Anybody want to challenge me tomorrow? Let's throw it up. We'll do, what is our pod at? 20 bucks? $20 gift card. If anybody can land softer than I land tomorrow in Cancun IRL. The catch is you got to depart the same exact time that I'm departing, which is going to be in the morning time. I think I have it 10 a.m. Let me double check. Yeah, around 10 a.m. I think is when I'm leaving. So, landing challenge, Cancun tomorrow. I'll catch you all next week, though. I won't be on Sunday. It might be on Monday. So, until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. Catch you on the next one.